We are live at Memorial Field, Edgar Johnson Stadium. It's not August. It's not even the playoff time for the Clinic Bowl or for the Blue Cross Bowl. But what it is, it's flag football season, and our Lady Panthers will be playing here shortly following the Beech Buccaneers and the Lady Wildcats of Wilson Central. Robert Gilman, along with the coach Miguel Amenderes, pre-game show here as we get ready, as this game get ready to close out here, Game 5, Game 6 of the regular season. And, Coach, I'm going to be honest with you, first regular season game for me calling a flag football, and what I've seen thus far.
Watching one, not even calling it, just watching one.
What I've been doing, Coach, this is enjoyable. This is exciting to see these young ladies and get up and play what they're doing, man. Quickness, speed, and agility is the key to it.
Yeah, we was talking about it, watching the first three quarters. Right now it's in the fourth quarter with 6 minutes to go. Score, it's tied 7-7. But, you was asking questions, and, you condense the field down to 80 yards. It's 40 yards wide instead of 53.3, and it's 80 yards long instead of 100, 110, however you want to look at it. First down markers are at the 20, at the 40, at the 20, and the 40 is your mid-stripe there. But like you said, it's a lot of quickness. You got to have good agility and hip swivel and stuff like that, and you have to have good eye-hand coordination. Me and Coach Thayer talked about that last week when Portland took on Gallatin, and then the eye-hand coordination comes in with trying to grab the flags. The flags are not like the flags we had back when we
Velcro.
Velcro on the belt. The flags are actually sewn into the belt. The belt clips, and that's what undoes when you grab it. That's what comes undone is the belt itself and not the flag.
And it's amazing. It's 7-on-7. It's not a typical 11-on-11. It's mainly a passing game. You may see a few runs in the offensive set, but I'm going to tell you, this is an exciting game. If you have an opportunity to go and see, whether it be a youth flag football, because they're starting at a young age now. A lot of your upward programs have that. I know White House has a flag football program over there as well, youth flag football program. It's a growing sport across not just Sumner County and the state of Tennessee, but worldwide.
Yeah, it's becoming popular because everybody's concerned about concussions and the injuries for smaller kids when you go full pads. And, you even got some of the pro athletes whose kids are now kind of getting into the youth sports. And when they do football, they'll sit there and start a mountain flag. And that's not bad because you can, talking with the coaches, Coach Emmett, Coach West, Coach Moore last week, they said some of the things that they had to really concentrate on with the girls this year was explaining terminology to them, explaining on the field, spacing on the field. When coach says, hey, I need you to do a 5-yard out, or I need you to sit there and go bump and do this, that, the terminology they have to get used to and everything. And so that's one thing, understanding the spacing on the field, how you fit and all that. And then, but if you start out as kids and you hear that terminology, just like if you're in padded football, that terminology will go with you up until through high school and everything. And it's not the learning process of that. It's not so difficult at that time. Trying to start out brand new for some of these girls, it's brand new. I know we had a team last year. Some of these girls didn't play last year. Some did. And then this year it's fully organized, fully sanctioned is the word that we're looking for. This year they will actually have the very first TSSAA state champion in all the classifications and everything. Some of the things, again, talking with Coach Inman, last week I looked in the rule book and it says, hey, if you're going to rush the passer, you have to be 5 yards from the ball. Well, they've all decided this year you can be 1 yard off the ball and then you can rush. Just letting everybody kind of get adapted to that. Next year they probably will sit there and go, you have to be 5 yards off the ball. You watch it on ESPN. I know we was talking about it.
Yes, sir.
The person has to raise their hand. Hey, I'm the rusher. I'm the one coming to signify. You can't, spy somebody, bring somebody up, and then bring somebody on the other side, and everything. And so, also as a coach and as a play-by-play guy for you, you have to kind of look at and kind of look at the scheme and the strategy that you have doing this, and not your normal 11-on-11.
Yes. And what's amazing about it, Coach, we talked about this prior to going on the air, is that our head official out there is an SEC official. So not only is he official, 1 week you may be in Alabama, next week you may be in Texas A&M, and now you're in Portland, Tennessee, calling a 7-on-7.
He's not even the head official out there. He's a side judge over here. The guy in the black hat. Yeah, Tom Ritter, he does it also.
It's amazing. So he's here in Portland calling a flag football game here at Memorial Field. So that's an honor to have him.
That tells you gas really got up high, and you got to start You do SEC games as a head official, as a white hat. Now you're down here as a black hat doing the side judge.
Yes, sir. But I love what you said, Coach. Coming in, the rules are a little different. The setup is different. The schemes are different. And like you said, this is the second year for the program. It's the second year now that they're sanctioned. As you said, we'll be going to the Blue Cross Bowl. We'll have a state championship in each classification. It's the first year was a trying year, but I think now some of these girls who have come in and they played one season, they're getting a better understanding of the terminology and the schemes that the head coach is bringing into the game.
Yeah, I mean, and you would sit there and think some of these ladies who have done other sports, basketball, soccer,
Softball.
softball. It's all depending on what you're doing. Is how you correlate to what you got to do out there on the field. I think somebody that plays soccer would be better correlated to what you have to do out there on the field with what we're seeing now, kind of 7-on-7 stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Some basketball would be more in tight spaces and everything. But as you watch these girls sit there and run, and you're going, okay, well, just grab the flag, and it's all of a sudden 20 yards later, they're still running, and then you're on, can you not grab the flag? And it's just a nice little, juke of a hip here or a swivel of a hip here. And like we was talking before we came on air, it's hand coordination, not only by catching the ball or anything like that. It's making sure your hand can reach and grab that flag and then grab a hold of it and not
100%.
let go and then pull on, and to make sure it comes, the belt comes off and everything. And that's harder. Everybody's like, oh, come on, just grab the flag. Get out there and try to grab that flag, and somebody's going to sit there and spin at the same time. It's harder than it thinks.
It is.
What it looks, I mean.
It's 2:30 remaining in this contest. Wilson Central just scored. It's 13-7. Missed on a 2-point conversion due to the fact it was an illegal shift. Watched that as the player cut up prior to the ball being snapped. And again, rules are different here. The yardage is different. They start out at the 14-yard line. No kickoffs, but they do have live punts. And again, a way of understanding. Look at this: a toss back, reverse pitch, going downfield, open receiver, and falls incomplete. I'm telling you, the speed of this game is unbelievable with these young ladies.
Yeah, you think football, you think, hey, I need some big people out there to block, and you don't. You really need someone. Last week against Gallatin, the one that really impressed me was I want to say Amelia Birdwell. Came in and played center there in the second half, and then in the JV game too. I think she did better at being quicker, snapping the ball, being able to get her head up, and then being able to shuffle her feet over to where the rush defender was to be able to get in front of them. Because you can't use your hands, so you can't snap and then punch, so you have to either cross your arms or put them behind your back. Something that we've seen today that I hadn't seen last year or last week against Gallatin, and that is Beech doesn't hold anybody in to block. They bring everybody out. So they figure, hey, it's almost like reading a a blitz on a Friday night. Here comes a blitz. I got to have a hot read over here. I turn around quick right here. That's where I'm going to go. So you have to be able to read that. And then also I watched Beech not rush nobody. They dropped everybody in coverage. So, so everybody has their own strategy on how you do things and what you need to do and how you need to do it. And, it's just –
and it's funny, we're sitting here watching Wilson Central right now. Do bring a rusher, rushing the quarterback, and you made mention of the quick pass right here on the flat, falls incomplete. Coach, the Panthers come in at 1-2-1 on the regular season. Losses to Liberty Creek. You were at the Gallatin game. They beat Westmoreland, and they tied Joe Burns. So evidently they do not have an overtime like we have on a Friday night,
right.
What we would say in a regular Friday night game.
And I didn't know the Westmoreland actually counted because they were saying Westmoreland game started a week before the actual season started, but I'm like, we didn't come up with that schedule. TSSAA gives the schedule and the date, so how does that not? So I guess Coach Inman is now counting that as a win. So we're 1-2-1. We'll play 2 games tonight. I don't know who we got first, either Wilson Central or Beech, and then we'll have both games. We'll broadcast both games tonight, and but we'll go from there. And then I think they had mentioned talking to people out in the crowd. Let me look on the app here. I think they had mentioned that next week's game has been canceled already. And let me see if I can.
While you're looking at that, Coach, it's scoring update. 13-7 still is the score. Wilson Central with 1:06 remaining in this contest over the Lady Buccaneers.
So So the games, excuse me, next week is either April 7th at Station Camp or Ludy Creek or at Gallatin, Mount Juliet. One of those games is canceled. I'll get with Coach Emmett on that, and I'll find out and make sure I'll put it on the Facebook page. But
Again, it's the game is exciting. We've sit here for over an hour now. First time I've ever experienced flag football at this level, and it's so fun to watch. Good crowd here. Considering what's on, I think everybody's set over on the home side.
Yeah, because they didn't know which side they were going to be on. So you got Wilson Central fans over here, you got Beech fans over here.
Looks like we got a stoppage of play.
But if you want, we can take a break, and when we come back, we'll let you know. The game should be in by then, and we'll come back and we'll get ready for the Portland game.
Portland Panthers coming up next.
We're supposed to do that.
Right here on the Portland Sports Network. We'll be back right after this.
Smokey the Bear.
Then you know why Smokey tells you when he sees you passing through. Remember, please be careful, it's the least that you can do.
What you desire, don't play with matches, don't play with fire.
After 80 years of learning his wildfire prevention tips, Smokey Bear lives within us all. Learn more at SmokeyBear.com, and remember,
only you can prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Two guys drove to work. Neither guy wore a seatbelt. One guy got a ticket. One guy didn't. The same two guys drove home. One guy wore his seatbelt. One guy didn't. One guy made it home. The guy not wearing his seatbelt didn't. Don't risk it. Click it or ticket. Paid for by NHTSA.
Tennessee Commission for the United States Semi-Quincentennial was created to plan, encourage, develop, and coordinate the commemoration of the 250th anniversary of the founding of the United States, and recognize Tennessee's integral role in that event and the impact of its people on the nation's past, present, and future. The Commission promotes an inclusive statewide celebration and educational commemoration of America's 250th by interpreting and preserving Tennessee's unique stories, objects, landmarks, and places across our diverse state that defined who we are as Tennesseans and Americans.
In the city or in the woods, help keep America looking good. Give a hoot, don't pollute. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Agriculture's Forest Service.
From phones and laptops to toys and tools, many of our favorite things run on batteries. But when tossed in the trash or recycling bin, these batteries can spark intense fires that are nearly impossible to stop. Battery fires are happening more often. They've destroyed homes, burned down garbage trucks and recycling centers, and, tragically, taken lives. When a facility goes up in flames, trash and recycling services can be shut down for weeks or even months. The good news, battery fires are easy to prevent. Just remember, never throw batteries in the trash or recycling bin. Always tape the ends and drop them off at a safe collection site or mail them in using a certified return box.
We're back at Memorial Field, Edgar Johnson Stadium. Robert Gilman, along with the coach Miguel Amadeus, as we cover our Lady Panthers flag football team here shortly, as Wilson Central is leading the Beech Buccaneers 13-7. The clock has stopped with 15.8 seconds left. Timeout, Wilson Central. And coach, as we get ready the Panthers get ready to play one of these two teams, like you said, coach, we'll be playing two games tonight. 28 person roster. I was going to say 28 person roster, but unfortunately, due to softball, some of those players aren't with us tonight. So, watching them play Gallatin a couple weeks ago, share with us some of the key players that we're looking at tonight to lead the way for the Lady Panthers.
Well, the two that kind of stood out, that was kind of the how everything kind of ran, was the offensive quarterbacks, and there was two of them, and that'd be Bethany Pike and then also Mikhail Thornton there. Thornton came in later, but Pike ran as quarterback most of the night. Just it's kind of like what Coach West said. Her quickness, it doesn't look like she's running fast until she flies by you, and it's one of those where it's her stride and stuff like that really makes her kind of deceiving you on how fast she is. But Thornton was good too. Me personally, I know one that stood out was Isabel Woods. Woods kind of started standing out for me on the defensive side, but then she went on the offensive side. We saw the speed that she had. Excuse me, and that's just straight go pattern and everything. And she had some speed, and then Coach West and Coach Inman tried to use her speed on a couple things there, and it was so I think we can accommodate there. We need speed there. That's something you can look at right there. Maybe stretch the field with her and then somebody else. We had some of the backups come in at the end of the game. Some of the JV guys or players that were started playing there in the fourth quarter, and then had the JV game afterwards. Some of those that really surprised me, and that was that'd be Blakemore. Adriana Blakemore was one that really impressed me with her rush on the defensive side. We talked about you need to have quickness, and you need to have be able to stop and go, needs to be real good. So it's not just your normal, and let me get some big people down here in the front and we'll block and you will do this and that. It's all about speed and quicknesses and everything. And it's not so much as you might have someone who can fly down the field. That's great. You need one of those. You maybe need two of those, stretch those safeties and everything like that. But you also need somebody who can be quick laterally and in a telephone booth, as we used to say, 1 or 2 yards, can you stop? Can you start again and get going again full speed within a step or two? And if you can do that, then you got some players. And there were some other ones that really, ones we didn't get to see in the JV game. But Pike and Thornton were two that really you'll see tonight as the quarterbacks. They'll lead the way. Woods was one defensively and offensively with speed there. Excuse me. And then, like I said, I think it was Birdwell that came in at center that impressed me with her quickness, with her feet, being able to snap the ball, get turned, and then be able to block the rusher and everything. So,
well, this game has concluded. 13-7 is your final score in favor of Wilson Central. And evidently, Coach, it looks like possibly Wilson Central will be our opponent coming up here shortly. And the thing about it, Coach, if you play two games like this, one team sits, the one team plays, and they're giving them about a 10-minute intermission here. But I'm going to tell you, I'm impressed with the quarterbacks of both the Buccaneers and Wilson Central. The receivers, no problem going up, getting the football. And that's the key, too, Coach. We were talking off air is that when the ball's in the air, you're going to have to fight for it. It's kind of like a Hail Mary, even though it is a route, because you've got so many defensive backs that is back there, and you got to go after the ball and come down with something.
Yeah, and that's something we saw last week against Gallatin that we needed to work on, and that is making sure the ball's not going to be thrown to you right. If you run a stop, the ball should be thrown to you. But, again, you have to be able to move. You have to be able to go get the ball. And that's something I thought our reaction was not very good at that time last week, and that is ball's not going straight to me, but let me go and see if I can get the ball. And if I can't get the ball, let me turn into a defender, even though I'm supposed to be on offense, so I can knock the ball down.
Yes.
Or I can sit there and pull the flag, if the other person, But that's what you're looking for right there. And just, again, it's like Coach Inman said, there's a lot of skills that they have to work on, and it's a lot of elementary skills that, you think, well, these girls play other sports. But, they're not kicking the ball. They're not running. They're not dribbling the ball. You're not swinging a bat or anything. It's different skill sets.
Yes.
I mean, you can still be a good athlete, and we got good athletes up and down this roster.
Yes, sir.
We got great athletes up and down this roster. It's just the skill sets you got to have. It's like Coach Moore sat there and said, a lot of them has never backpedaled. They've ran backwards, okay, but they never had to stop,
That's good
pivot,
key.
and then come off that back foot. And then, go and go forward to sit there and come back after a ball and everything. They've been able to backpedal and then turn and then kind of loop their, whatever they're going to do. It has not been a straight 90-degree angle type of thing that you need to do. And like I said, it's just different skill sets. And a lot of people go, well, can you not just backpedal, plant your foot and go back
not
forward?
that easy.
It's not. And that's why everybody can't do it.
That's right.
So,
and another thing I've been impressed with, talking about a skill set, is snapping the ball, number one, consistently, not rolling it, snapping it, and the punt a while ago by Wilson Central. I mean, he went about 30 yards. Who would ever thought that we'd see a young lady punt 30 yards? Once again,
Well, I can tell you tonight.
learning how to punt.
Tonight,
If you get the right wind, you may go 50.
Well, I mean, our flag's flying straight out, heading south to north. So if you're punting right to left, we're going to get about a 40, 45-yard punt if we can get a hold of one. We watched earlier in the game we just watched, they try to punt north to south or left to right going into the scoreboard. And we saw it, like I said, it had nice hang time. But, man, once it got up there, you just saw it.
It died.
Just died,
Yes, sir.
So
yes, sir. We're going to take another break. We're 6 minutes away. Looks like the Panthers will be taking on the Buccaneers. It's Lady Panther flag football right here on the Portland Sports Network. We'll be back right after this.
Nobody had to tell your grandparents not to drive while using their typewriters. Why should it be any different for us kids and our cell phones? Distracted driving was the cause of more than 3,000 deaths in 2022. Come on, we're smarter than this. Let's put down the phones and focus on the roads. Drive safe, everybody.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
For decades, I've taught you everything I know. How to safely build a fire. How to control the flames. What to do with hot coals. How to secure your chains. But I can only teach wildfire prevention. Only you can prevent wildfires.
Join us Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. for Off the Rails, brought to you by Portland Sports Network's YouTube channel. Hosted by Coach Miguel Almendarez, Kyle Eden, and Coach John Thayer. We talk about local high school sports, as well as other local and college sports, and any other subject that might come up. Tune in and join in on the conversation. Off the Rails.
We are back. Memorial Field, Edgar Johnson Stadium. Robert Gilman, Miguel Almendarez, the coach, getting ready to call the Lady Panthers against the Lady Buccaneers in the flag football game here. This is our home game, Coach. First home game of the regular season.
We only have two.
Yeah, we only have two, and we got one of them here tonight. 12-minute quarters. The Panthers will have the football. Beech deferred. It looks like number 12, Pike, is your quarterback. Hands it off inside. Got a little running room outside. And still running and brought down, or the flags, excuse me, at the 20. Where are they going to mark it at, Coach?
Looks like 25.
26-yard line. It's a first down.
Yeah, that was reach right there on an inside handoff. As in Friday nights, we'd call it inside handoff Sally play as your double wing.
So, snap. Quarterback rolled in here on the left side, got a little space, and they finally pull the flag at the 30, we're going to call it the 33-yard line.
So, again, it's the same motion in the backfield, same, looks like we might have handed it off to Reese again, but this time quarterback kept it, and they're actually going to give us about another 5 yards.
I see that. It's 37-yard line, Coach.
So, I guess if the flag comes off on its own, it becomes two-hand touch.
Ah, there you go. And it makes it second down and 3 at the 37. Snap, Inside handoff again. That time they read that well. Number 3 for the Buccaneers was there to make the play. A loss of about 2 on the play. We're going to call it 4th and 5 from the 35.
So it looks like they've sat there and decided to implement some misdirection, wing T stuff into the offensive plays this week.
So, Panthers with the football. 10:37 here in first quarter action. Motion, snap, fake inside handoff. Quarterback with the ball. That's Pike trying to make some room to run. Tried to get the edge, and she does not get it. It was 3rd down and 5, not 4th, excuse me. So it goes loss of down, a loss of play, of yardage. So we're going to call it 4th down and 7 at the 33-yard line.
You can blame Coach Motor over there for the yard marker. Looks like we're going to punt here, so we're getting in punt formation. Everybody, there's no rush. Last week against Gallatin, they rushed. And we had to do it over again.
Snap. Kick is away. Line drive and retrieved at the 20. 25, 30, and that's where the flag will be taken off the Buccaneer return. I was going to say gal.
That was Orozco on the tackle there. Again, she's one that also impressed me a little bit last week with her eye-hand coordination. She was able to really do a great job of getting the flag. And last week she did a great job, but she'd get the flag and she'd throw it down on the ground right where she did.
So, are we setting up defensively back here? Oh, okay.
We're trying to figure out where the ball is.
Yeah, there you go. First down for the Buccaneers at the 40. Snap. We have no one rushing the quarterback. Option to the left side, 45, and drop near the 37-yard line.
So, again, right there, you've got to be able to, the way we're lined up, kind of man-to-man on the front right there. You see running back goes out and flares out like that. Our outside linebacker out there, which is, I think it's Clifton there, she's got to be able to go with them. That way you play the option that way.
So safety is back. I think that's Maya Petty deep at past the 40. And it will be 2nd down and 3 at the 37-yard line. For the Lady Buccaneers, 9:13 here in first quarter action, no score. Snap, quarterback looking downfield, throw up, and caught.
She's down.
And retrieved, and the ball will be placed at the 24-yard line. Great catch.
That was Petty right there on the tackle. Again, you see her playing, the middle of the field there, and you would think that, she would have been able to sit there and watch that ball come through and still been able to make a play on the ball. And again, it's just how your eyes adjust, how you can sit there and break on the ball, so.
So the Buccaneers, first down and 3, because they have to get to the 20. Snap, quick toss, and flag is taken down. I don't believe she gained anything on that play, Coach.
No, that was Garrett right there. She's one last week that really impressed me toward the end of the game, varsity game, and start of the JV game. Janae Garrett playing. She was playing nose last week, and that's kind of what she's doing now. So we're getting back into. To me, it looks like we got a whole lot more quickness tonight than we did last week against Gallatin.
And remind our listeners, first down markers are 20, 40, 20. So
right.
If they have the ball on the 30, it's 1st and 10.
Right.
So now it's 2nd down and 3 at the 23-yard line. Snap. Trying to make something, and we got some rush. And, man, what a play by the defense. And looks like the player's going to be down near the 29-yard line, Coach, so it's going to make it 3rd down and 9.
Yeah, it's going to be a loss of about 4 or 5 right there. Again, Garrett on the play. Did a great job right there. They had a guy in motion. It looks like it was going to be some type of a pitch and everything if they wanted it to be. Quarterback did not turn to run that way. She was backpedaling almost like she wasn't recognizing the own play that she was running. But Garrett did a great job coming in, closing space right there, and was able to grab the flag.
3rd down and 9 for the Buccaneers at the 29-yard line. First quarter action, no score. No one in the backfield for the Buccaneers but the quarterback. Snap. Quarterback looking down. We got pressure. Ball up, and ball falls incomplete, which is good. 4th down and 9 now, and the clock continues to run.
Yeah.
That's something that we have to get used to here, Coach, a running clock continuously unless there's a timeout.
Exactly, and that was a great job again by Garrett. She came in and put pressure on the quarterback. And they had the fullback or the running back open going down the field right there, but because of Garrett's pressure, she could not get the pass where she needed to actually throw it behind her and everything. So again, I love the change up that we saw from last week to this week. We got a whole lot more speed. We got 4 people up on the line playing a little bit better than what we did last week.
So 4th down and 9 is to call. 6:23, no score here in first quarter action. Lady Panthers taking on the Lady Buccaneers. Flag football here at Memorial Field. Snap. Pressure again, Coach, and they got her back again. We're going to call it a sack and a turnover on downs at the 35.
Yeah, that was Sadie Clifton that time. Both Clifton and Garrett rushed that time. So, again, I didn't know there was one rush. You're allowed to rush. We can send all 7 or what. So, we sent 2 that time, took the gamble, sent 2, knowing that they was only going to sit there and run routes to try to get the first down right there. So you got everybody else playing on the line, which we'd call sticks, and then you sit there and hit the rush. And we actually came from both sides, so the quarterback had nowhere to go.
Had nowhere to go and no time to even throw it. So Panthers with the ball, turnover and down, quarterback keeper. That's Pike trying to find some room, and she is – flag's going to be dropped. Looks like no gain. And all they have to do is get to the 40-yard line, Coach, so it's 1st down and 7. Make it 2nd and 7 now at the 5:54 mark.
So if you watch that right there, you can do the same action right there. But whoever the receiver is out there, I think it was number 21, Lambert, if she would sit there and run pitch relation, she had a pitch option right there if she wanted to have that.
Twin receivers right and left with a sidecar to the left of the quarterback. Looking out here in the flat, we got space, and we should have the first down past the 40 to the 49-yard line or 39-yard line in this turn of events. Coach, I got a little bit confused. I got a 40-yard line marker and a 50-yard line right behind it.
You got to watch what you're looking at.
1st and 10 for the Lady Panthers at the 39. And again, Coach, they just have to get to the 20 for another first down.
So again, all they did was they ran the outside. They ran Pike. They ran Pike on our Cole on a go, and then ran Lambert on a bubble.
There they tried that speed sweep right there, Coach, and that time defense was there, no gain on the play.
I would like to see that run with Woods. If Woods is – see if we got Woods on the sideline here. I don't see 33. Maybe Woods is not available tonight. So I would like to see Woods run that. She would be great at that with the speed that she had.
Twin receivers here on the near side. Running back trying to find a way. It got it out here in the flat. That's number 21. They finally got her flag at the 33-yard line.
That's there all night long. So basically what Beech is running, they're either running cover 4, cover 3, where everybody's going deep, and you're just going to bubble your inside receiver out. The outside linebacker who's sitting out there has to come all the way over, or the free safety has to come down into the box to cover that. And if the quarterback will sit there and look, she can hit that quicker, and we can probably get more yardage there.
3rd down and 12. Big play here for the Panthers. 4:12 remaining here in first quarter action. Snap. Rolling out to the far side. Got a receiver in the flat. I don't think she completed her route, and the pass falls incomplete. Coach, that time I look a little discombobulated right there on that play on the route going out to the receiver to the fade route going to the side near the far sideline. Excuse me.
That time Pike didn't look too confident in her throw right there to the receiver, and looks like we're going to go ahead and punt this.
Snap. Punt is away. Great kick. Goodness. All the way in the end zone. And it's out. So they'll bring the ball to the 14-yard line.
Exactly. That's where they should put the ball at right there, and then it'll be 1st down and 6.
Now, Coach, if this was a regular football game, she kicked that thing from the 50. It's a 50-yard punt with no return.
Well, like I said, she got a little help with the wind, but still, you have to get the ball up into the wind. And it did carry a little bit, but, Coach M and them are thinking that their defense is playing pretty good, so let's punt. Let's pin them back. We'll play field position right here. Let's see if we can do something right here. And then, we flip the field, and suddenly they punt to us against the wind. And then because I don't think we flip sides until after halftime. So second quarter will still be they have to go against the wind and everything. So, that's what they're kind of hoping for, I bet.
No score, 1st and 10, second possession for the Lady Buccaneers at the 14-yard line. Snap. We're bringing pressure, looking downfield, ball up, and that thing just hung up there, Coach, and falls incomplete.
Again, I would be telling my safeties and my corners right there, hey, if she gets the ball up in the air like that, don't worry about it going over your head because the wind's going to hold it up. And that's what happened there.
Yes.
You was hoping that right there, Emma Moore, number 1, was over there. You was hoping that she could break on the ball a little bit more. But it is hard when the ball is hung up in the air. You're trying to sit there and figure out where it's going.
Trying to judge it.
Yeah. And
But we
so-
had great pressure on the edge once again, Coach. I mean, as soon as she released that thing, the flag came on the ground. So 2nd down and 8 at the 12-yard line. Should be at the 14, but nevertheless, snap, little quick pitch, ball on the ground, and it's dead once the ball hits the ground. So a loss of not just yardage, but a loss of a play, and the ball's at the 9-yard line.
Yeah, right there. We had 2 rushers. Again, we had number 10, Clifton, and Garrett going in. What I want to see there, what I would like to see there would be, depending on if the running back's to your side, if they start rolling your way, go ahead and blitz peel, as we call it. That means the running back's going out. You need to go ahead and peel yourself out and cover that instead of going straight to the quarterback and have an easy pitch, and then you got no one out there to cover that contain there.
So 3rd down and long for the Lady Buccaneers. Snap. We got pressure off the edge. Did she get the flag? No. There she does. At the 15, they're going to call it the 18-yard line. So it's going to be 4th and long. Actually, 4th and short because they got to get to the 20. Yeah, 4th and about 2. Clock at 1:50. No score.
I'd bring double pressure right there. Out the way with Clifton and Garrett right there is what I would be. With this short yardage right here.
I'll have to say our front, that pressure, like you're saying, Coach, has been very impressive for our Lady Panthers. 134 and counting, no score here. Lady Panther flag football from Memorial Field, Edgar Johnson Stadium. Robert Gilman, the coach, Miguel Amandares, almost called him Emilio, his son. Big 4th down play right here, Coach. Talking about flipping the field. This could be it right here. And they're bringing pressure. Trying to jump them offside. Yes.
I never saw that with the flag football.
Snap. Oh, we got a flag.
Have a delay game.
So they're going to back it up 5, and I'd say they're going to punt it right here in this wind. If we can get a good gust coming from the south up toward the north here, and that ball just dies, we may have a real short field.
Looking at the flag, it's blowing straight out right now. So they need to hurry up and snap this and punt into that wind. We'll see how far it goes. She's on the what we call the 15.
15, yeah. Coach, you can't blame them. Hard snap count, hoping they would jump. They only needed 3 yards.
So all penalties are 5 yards.
5 yards, okay.
All penalties are 5 yards unless it's a personal foul.
There's that. It goes retrieved at the 30.
And here's what I like about the punt. Everybody's like, oh, my gosh, you got to punt. You got to find a punter. You know what? That's fine. At least you don't have to find a return man. Even in high school, it's hard to find a return man because, you have to be able to catch that ball without fumbling it. If we catch it and we fumble it,
it's dead.
It's dead. It's still our ball. That's a good thing I like about that.
And, Coach, back to the thing we were talking about being impressed with the skill set of these young ladies. I meant to learn how to catch a punt. Yeah. Some of these girls have never even retrieved a punt, and to do that in these windy conditions, kudos to our Portland Lady Panthers.
I've seen big improvements from last week to this week already. I mean, it's really amazing.
So we got a sidecar to the left, twins to right and left. Quarterback looks downfield. Got pressure. Scrambles this way, looking like John Elway out there, and runs out of bounds at the 28.
Elway's not who I thought of. Who was the cat on? Who was the character on Longest Yard with Adam Sandler? He was Brucey. No, it was Brucey when he played quarterback. Because I thought she was going to run around the referee.
Yeah.
Go blow the whistle.
Like Fran Tarkenton. Some of these folks don't know who we're talking about.
There you go, yeah. Yeah, that would be a Fran Tarkenton run right there.
That's right. Anyway, 2nd down and 7. Clock running at 24 seconds. Remember, they just got to get to the 20-yard line. Snap. Ooh, inside. Ooh, picked off. At the 40. 30. Can we catch her? Can we catch her?
Oh,
yes.
Great job.
What a play to run her down. That could have been very easily a pick 6, and they stop her at the 10-yard line, Coach.
Great job by Roscoe coming all the way from the other side of the field, going all the way across, had the angle on her, was able to run her down and everything. But that was just I wouldn't say it's a bad pass. It was just a double. You handed off, and to me, that should not have been able because you handed the ball off in front of you, so that should have counted as a pass. Then Reese shouldn't have been able to pass it, in my opinion. But what do I know? It's flag football.
Well, we saw that earlier in the game before between Wilson Central and Beech. They did an inside handoff. Like I said, they didn't hand it off from the backside. They handed it off from the front. But the Buccaneers had the football, 9.5 seconds, deep in Portland Panther territory. Quarterback on the keep, looking downfield, got one out here in the flat, falls incomplete. And the clock should expire. First quarter comes to an end. Lady Panthers, Lady Buccaneers, 0-0. You're listening to the Portland Sports Network right here. We'll be back for second quarter action right after this. After the turnover, the Buccaneers had the football at the 10-yard line, second down. We're going to assume goal for the Lady Buccaneers. No score, second quarter action. Robert Gilman, the coach, Miguel Amandares, calling action for you here. Pressure, throws it out here in the flat, complete, and flag's going to be taken down near the 4-yard line. So a 6-yard gain, coach, third down and goal from the 4.
What I like about that right there was Garrett's rush. She didn't sit there and just take off after the quarterback. She was able to pat her feet, as we call it, make sure she didn't get juked out. So she kept pressure on the quarterback right there. And then I really loved the way Emma Moore, at her number 1 playing corner out here, she was able to keep the receiver in front of her, let her caught it, but she was able to make the play right there. And so, again, it makes it third down. It's 4-down territory.
Absolutely. Third down and 4, snap. There's that pressure you was talking about earlier, Coach, and they got the flag, threw it down at the 15, or no, the 10, excuse me. So they backed it back up to the 10, and it will be a 4th down from the 10-yard line. Great job from the defensive front.
Yeah, at that time, Clifton and Garrett came in, and right there what I would watch is I think Garrett was on the other side right there. Quarterback went left, thinking the running back's going to come with her, and she didn't. And but I would watch. If the running back's on your side, just be ready to blitz peel, as I call it, to be able to redirect to that running back. So if they do pitch it, you're there to make the play.
So thus far, the defensive for the Panthers, Lady Panthers have showed up and showed out. It's 4th down after the turnover. Big defensive play right here. No one in the backfield. Snap, motion, coming this way. Quarterback pressure again, and they got her on the 4th down stop at the 15-yard line, Coach.
Yeah, great job by Garrett right there. She came in off the right-hand side. Quarterback acted like she took 2 steps to the right, like she was going to roll out because that's the way motion went. He flooded that far side over there and then redirected herself. And, again, that's where Garrett, great job by patting her feet, redirecting, was able to reach out and grab the flag and make a turnover on downs right there.
So the turnover was not costly, and the Panthers had the football at the 15. 1st down and 5. Twin receivers right and left with a sidecar left of the quarterback. Snap, fake inside handoff, trying to make some running room, and no gain at all.
Yeah, Pike tried to get between 2 players right there. And, again, you got the same backfield motion. You got the running back coming in front of her from going left to right in the formation, and then you got the quarterback can either hand off, take it out the backside there, or can sit there and run an option with that, or she's got the flood route over here, or the little bubble route over here that she hit Cole on a couple times.
Coach actually gained 2 yards, so we're going to call it 2nd down and 3. Again, reminding our listeners they only have to get to the 20-yard line after the big 4th down play by the Lady Panthers. Motion, snap, fake inside handoff, and then the pressure, and the ball hit the ground, so it's dead. So now it's going to be 3rd down, and we're going to call it 6.
I'd run it again. So what you had was you had jet motion. You're going to fake the jet. She went out and the flat was open, but she also had the running back bubble around her, behind her, going back to the right, and I think that's what she was trying to do, was pull that ball from the jet and run an option to that bubble running back right there, and you had both things open right there.
Twin receivers right and left, sidecar to the left of the quarterback. Quarterback looking, got pressure, and they got her flag, Coach, inside the 10-yard line. So it's 1st and short, and now it's 4th and long. no doubt a punting situation here, and the wind will be punting into the wind.
Yeah, this is our one time where we have to see what we're going to do here.
Wow. So the turnover didn't hurt us, but this offensive series did. Snap, kick, line drive, a worm burner, and it hits at about the 25-yard line. So, Coach, about a 10-yard punt at best. But with the wind blowing in like it did, I mean, you got what you could get, and the Panthers will turn the ball over to the Lady Buccaneers.
Yeah, the only thing I would sit there and say right there is our coverage downfield. We need to get downfield and cover because she was going to pick that up and go, and she was on a full sprint. What she was mad about Beech, what she was mad about was she dropped the ball.
Yes.
But she had the sidelines open and everything, so we had to make sure we sit there.
So the Lady Buccaneers with the football, 1st down and 8. Snap, quarterback, we got a whistle. Dead ball, offsides against the Lady Panthers. So now it'll be 1st and 2 after the penalty. So it'll be moved to the 22-yard line for the Lady Buccaneers. No score, 8:43 remaining here in the first half. Lady Buccaneers and the Lady Panthers flag football from Memorial Field, Edgar Johnson Stadium on a beautiful Thursday night. Twin receivers right and left, sidecar to the right, left of the quarterback. Snap. Quarterback got pressure, looking down, got the little halfback out of the backfield, little stiff arm, dancing around, and finally the flag comes down, but it will be enough for a 1st down near the 18-yard line, Coach.
Yeah, again, we just don't have to, our defense is going to step up, and that's what, we're dependent on that to keep us in the game. That's why we punted, deep in the end zone a while ago, and our defense has. We stood up on the long after the long interception there, and we was able to make a goal line stand there. And so again, you kind of seeing what the offense is going to run here with Beech. We know kind of what works and what doesn't, and so now you just kind of have to go and figure out when they're going to call certain things and bring the pressure and see if we can get the offense going.
1st and 19. Pressure, flag down, and we got a lot going on. We got a flag thrown near the line of scrimmage, and the quarterback's flag thrown back here at the 27-yard line. So let's see what the play is.
The flag's going to be on Beech.
Can they line everybody up on the line of scrimmage, or do they have to? Okay.
No.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
no, that's good. They can do that. I think that it might be an illegal block.
That's what it is, Coach. Illegal use of the hands, illegal block.
That's where the center put her hands out, and that'd be hard. It'd be so hard to sit there and not to have your hands go out to try to block or somebody.
So that makes it 1st and 23. You got to remember, no 1st down because they was already inside the 20. So they got
to go.
Yeah, so it's 1st and go. Snap, quarterback keeps it, going to option it? No, keeps it and gets our flag drawn near the 19-yard line.
Yeah, great job right there by Cole coming from the linebacker spot to run over it and grab that. It just, to me, I think it took too long to read it. And so if you watch film, if they watch film, I'd say, hey, we got to recognize this sooner so we can break on the ball sooner. And so that, like I said, you got to have someone who's playing man-to-man or spying the quarterback to where once you see the quarterback roll or take off like that, they've got to sit there and make their movement there too.
Again, a game that's only 2 years in the making, so these reads and the feel of the game is still new to some of these young ladies. Shotgun, snap, quarterback looking downfield, and it falls incomplete. What an arm there, Coach, but I think the wind might have gotten behind it just a little bit, and it's going to make it 3rd down and 18.
What I really liked right there was the coverage. We had everybody coverage going deep. Last week we had people open, so that was going to have to be a perfect pass and then a perfect catch for that to happen right there. So I like the coverage we had right there. Like I said, if you could have watched the game last week against Gallatin to what you're seeing tonight, you're going, what is this? This is a whole different team.
Yeah. No, empty backfield. Snap. Pressure. Quarterback trying to run, and she does dump it off, but the flag is dropped at we're going to call it the 13-yard line.
Yeah, that was Kate Robinson right there, number 4, who made the play. And again, what we did last week, we forgot about the center. The center actually caught 3 touchdown passes against us versus Gallatin. And it looks like now we're kind of sitting there and we're spying that, everybody's got a spot. And again, it just takes several weeks to kind of get into what you're doing and recognize. And once you do that, again, come next year, these ladies all come back. They're going to understand everything, and you can advance the teaching and everything, and will be a whole lot better also.
So 4th down play right here. It's all or nothing for the Buccaneers. Pass is up, it's overthrown, and it's incomplete. So the Lady Panthers will take over possession at the 12-yard line at 5:37 here in the first half. What a ball game, Coach. A bend, not break defense. Been backed up in our own end zone the last couple offensive sets, and let's see what we do here offensively.
Yeah, I think the offense is there. The plays were there. There's a couple things where, either we missed a handoff or something here and there. But we've had several good plays. I think we got a lot of plays that are being set up for other things to happen. And like you got one defender up here with 2 receivers out. Bubble it right here.
Snap, pressure. Missed the flag, got running room, and finally brought down at near the 20. And again, Coach, all she has to do is get to the 20-yard line, and it looks like she's going to be about a yard short. So we're going to call it 2nd and 1 at the 5:20 mark.
Yeah, that was Pike right there. Again, it's the deceptive speed that we talked about and everybody. What I like right there is they're playing a cover 3. They got a corner out there on our outside receiver. Nobody's on our inside slot receiver. So if you look at it right here, run that
there.
Deep, run that bubble you've been running, run the quarterback like you just did, and then toss it over everybody's head, and you're going to get another 10, 15 yards.
Snap. Inside handoff. Reverse coming this way. Got 1 block.
Illegal block.
Illegal block because she did use her hands.
That's going to be called on Pike, the quarterback. So it was a double handoff right there.
To Birdwell, number 88. So it's going to be a 5-yard mark off from 2nd and 1 to 2nd and 6 for the Lady Panthers.
Actually, that was to Orozco, 82.
Oh, excuse me.
No, I'm sitting there going, man, is that an 8 or is that a 2? And I see 88 over here.
I got you. Yes, sir.
So, but
illegal block, like you said, Coach. Yep.
You're just trying to get in the way is what you're trying to do, and
you can't extend those hands,
right.
Whatever you do. And that's just a natural instinct, Somebody comes around, you're going to use your hands, and especially if you grew up in the offensive set that this guys,
exactly.
You learn to use your hands. All right, so 2nd down and 11 now for the Lady Panthers. 4:39, no score. Snap, pressure, flag is dropped, and so it'll be about the 7-yard line. That time, Coach, they got some pressure on the Panthers.
They did. They got pressure right there, and then also the outside linebacker dropped with our bubble slot receiver there. So that was closed. So, Pike had nowhere to go except for trying to go upfield as much as she couldn't get it what she could.
And, Coach, it's like high school football on a Friday night. You can't keep playing behind the sticks. We had an opportunity, 1st and 7. We had the penalty. Now we're 3rd down and 10 at the 10. Snap. Looking downfield. Got the receiver right here in the flat and dropped. So it will be 4th down, and it means most likely Close Inman will be punting again into the wind.
What I would do there right there is you're seeing an outside linebacker drop with that bubble. So now what you do is turn it into a wheel, and what you're going to do is run a post with your outside receiver, draw that corner in, look like you're going to run that bubble, and then hit it down straight down the sideline. Let the quarterback roll this way, bringing the defender up, thinking she's going to sit there and rush.
Punt.
Wow.
Somebody better down it. If not, it went exactly about 7 yards.
Yeah, that was.
So once again, they're going to have it 1st and go around the 17, Coach.
Yeah, again, and I don't think the wind had anything to do with that. It's just kicking it.
Yeah, I think it went off the tip of her toe instead of the. Yeah.
And that's just kind of what you got to deal with. So now, hey, you're asking for the defense to stand a step up here and try to hold them out. You got 3 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the 2nd quarter, and you're trying to hold them out right here and see if you can do this.
So, no score. Lady Buccaneers and the Lady Panthers here at Memorial Field, Edgar Johnson Stadium. First home game, only 2 of the season for the Lady Panthers. Robert Gilman and the coach Miguel Menderes calling action for you here on the Portland Sports Network. Snap, quarterback looking downfield, throws it up, has a receiver, and out of bounds. The ball falls incomplete.
Yeah, I think right now my go-to defense would bring pressure with both Clifton and Garrett right now. You're getting so much pressure on it that she's having to throw the ball, and she's trying to have to time the break on the receiver and everything. It's not happening.
She's not even really getting set, is she, Coach?
No.
2nd down. Twin receivers right and left, side card to the right. Quarterback hits it out of the backfield, and the ball's and the flag, the ball and the flag. Flag is actually taken down near the 10, so we're going to call it 3rd down and 10 at the 2:43 mark.
Yeah, Garrett's the one that came with the Clifton came with the pressure. Garrett's the one that made the play. And a great job coming from across the field where she was and able to track the running back to that side. And as she cut back, Garrett was right there too. I really do love the way Garrett plays. Her eye-hand coordination is really great.
3rd down, snap. Is she going to option it? No, she's going to run it. And the flag is pulled and dropped. Great defensive play there by number 24 for the Panthers. That's Garrett.
Yeah, that was right there. You have Clifton on the backside coming. You had Garrett who had the pitch. Actually, Garrett took the quarterback, and you had number 4 right there. Robinson came up, and she actually had the pitch. So it was, there's nothing they could do.
So we have the 2-minute warning.
Yep.
We're going to take a timeout. We'll be back. You're listening to Panther Football right here on the Portland Sports Network.
Tennessee Commission for the United States Semiquincentennial was created to plan, encourage, develop, and coordinate the commemoration of the 250th anniversary of the founding of the United States, and recognize Tennessee's integral role in that event and the impact of its people on the
4th down and 11. Snap, pressure again. Pass is complete, but did she grab the flag before she went in the end zone? Did they score it? Touchdown, Buccaneers at the 154 mark.
I thought our safety there, I'm trying to see who it was. It was Orozco, I think it was. She was coming up, and I thought she was actually going to pick the ball. And all of a sudden, the Beech, the Buccaneer there, she jumped off the ground, was able to catch it. So going for a 1-point conversion here.
From the 3, snap, quarterback rolling out. We got a little pressure, and she's trying to cut it up, and she does not get it. So the PAT, no good. But at 1:54, the Lady Buccaneers take the first score and the first lead of the night here in the first half. It's 6-0. We'll be back right after this.
Game world or real world, seatbelts save lives.
And we are back. 1:54 remaining here to halftime. 1st and 10, Panthers at the 14. 1st down and 6 at the 14. Lady Buccaneers score. Quarterback with the ball, which I thought she was, and she got out near, we're going to call it the 12-yard line, 15-yard line.
She faked the handoff to Reese and kept it right there. Again, it's a two-way option right there. It's tough for the defenders to decide who has the ball right there.
So 2nd down and 5 at the 15. 1:28 remaining here in the first half. Quarterback looking downfield, got a receiver at the 1st down mark. I believe that's Maya Petty.
And
that's Lambert.
21. Yep. That's that little the route I was talking about coming down the sidelines. But the quarterback, what you've done is you got Isla Reese slid over, who's been playing running back. She slid over and is now the quarterback. She's a quarterback for the JV team, and you got Pike now playing as running back.
So, snap. Looking downfield. Up and nearly intercepted. It looks like we didn't complete our route there, Coach. We stopped running on our route.
See, that's what I was talking about last week. What I was talking about, you've got to either finish the route or understand when the ball, you've got to redirect yourself. If you can't catch it, you got to just make sure that the defender can't become, the receiver there.
And that was nearly intercepted. So it's 2nd down and 19. Under the 2-minute mark, the clock does stop on an incomplete pass. So 52 seconds left. 2nd down for the Lady Panthers. Quarterback with the football running to the edge. Still got more running room, and the flag is finally pulled off her at the 30-yard line. Clock is running, and we do have 2 timeouts, and I think Coach Inman takes one.
Yeah.
And with that, we're going to take a timeout. We'll be back right after this. So it is 3rd down and 10 from the 30 for the Lady Panthers. 42 seconds left after the out by Inman. We got a reverse coming around here. Pass, looking downfield. We got a receiver, and it is broken up by number 43 of the Lady Buccaneers. And that time, Coach, it looks like the defender just come up in front of our receiver and knocked it down.
Yeah, that time Cole did exactly what you wanted to do. The ball couldn't get to her. She came back, and she became the defender and actually came over the back. Did a great job of knocking the ball down from the Buccaneer defender there, who actually started becoming the receiver there. So
4th down and 10 at the 30-yard line. Got to get to the 40 for a first down. Panthers have 1 timeout remaining. Down 6-0 to the Lady Buccaneers. Snap. Fake. No, they hand it off. Looking downfield. Complete her route. It falls incomplete. And that's one of those plays that you have to teach your defender. Just drop the ball because you're going to get the possession up here on the 30.
True. And she didn't drop it on purpose. So.
No. Accidentally on purpose.
But again, we're just throwing the ball up there, hoping that we can go get it.
It is.
And that time, it threw it over the receiver's head there for us. And now you're asking the defense again to sit there and go, hey, we just turn the ball over. They've got 22 yards to go. They've got 30 yards to go. You got to hold them out in 28 seconds, which I think we can do. Let's go into halftime and recoup and figure out what we're going to do.
And they can get a first down at the 20.
Yep.
28 seconds. Buccaneers with the football leading 6-0 over the Lady Panthers. Snap. Quarterback looking downfield. Trying to find a receiver. Well played. Our defense sit back there, Coach, reading the receiver and reading the quarterback. Pass falls incomplete, but great coverage from the secondary.
Yeah, I like the way Orozco sat there and played that. Again, you playing a cover 3, so you allow the defender, the receiver to come into your zone, and then you sit there and you become man-to-man is what happens. Everybody goes, I'm playing in zone. You're playing in zone. You got an area. So as soon as the receiver comes into your area, it becomes a man-to-man type of thing. And I like the way she broke on the ball. I like the way she stayed on her back hip right there. And if she had to, she was able to come over with the one arm and knock it down if she had to.
So they got a full receiver core on the far right, a single receiver on the near left here. Looking downfield. They're trying to go deep every time, Coach. Got the receiver out there in the flat, over her head, incomplete. 17 seconds left. 3rd down and 10 now for the Lady Buccaneers.
I like the way we covered the flats right there. Cole did a great job covering the flats right there. And then you had Orozco over top. And then you had Maya Petty there playing free safety. She had the one going deep right down the middle. And, again, everything's covered right there. And we're not bringing pressure. We're playing coverage right here. And I think we had everything covered right there. It looked really good.
Yes, sir. I agree with you 100%. Receivers left and right. Sidecar to the right of the quarterback in a slot position. Coming this way. Toss sweep. Trying to get the edge. And she misses 3 defenders, and gets inside the 20. Will be a first down at the 17-yard line, but the clock may expire. Will they call timeout? Yes, they do, with 4.6 seconds left in the first half. Coach, a little late on the timeout.
It was. I don't think they was trying to – I think they was figuring that once they got a first down, it would stop. Or actually, we made the tackle before she stepped out of bounds, so I don't know if the clock would have stopped if she stepped out of bounds or not. But to me – we did a great job. You're going, don't let her have a first down. But I'm over here going, just let the clock run.
Let the clock run.
You know, and I really do like the way we're coming up and tackling this game compared to Gallatin's game right there. We're keeping them in front of us. We missed it right here, as the handoff happened and everything. She got around us. Girls got speed, but we had a great job out there with our corner coming up and being able to hold that running back right there in front of her and make her kind of stop and reroute. And again, it was you're over here not going, don't get juked. I'm over here, just please be able to grab her flag.
Yeah,
that's the
let
hard
her step
thing.
out of bounds.
So
yeah, great job, Coach. Yes. So it's first down they're calling it 4th and 16. It's 1st and 16, 4.6 seconds. Bring your defense back because they're going to throw it up toward the end zone here. Look at this formation. Little razzle-dazzle. Snap, pitch, ball's on the ground, it's dead. And along with that, the first half comes to an end. At the end of the first half, the Buccaneers lead 6-0 over your Lady Panthers. We'll be back. Halftime starts here in 3 minutes, and we'll be back for second half action right after this on the Portland Sports Network.
From phones and laptops to toys and tools. Many of our favorite things run on batteries. But when tossed in the trash or recycling bin, these batteries can spark intense fires that are nearly impossible to stop. Battery fires are happening more often. They've destroyed homes, burned down garbage trucks and recycling centers, and, tragically, taken lives. When a facility goes up in flames, trash and recycling services can be shut down for weeks or even months. The good news, battery fires are easy to prevent. Just remember, never throw batteries in the trash or recycling bin. Always tape the ends and drop them off at a safe collection site or mail them in using a certified return box.
Two guys drove to work. Neither guy wore a seatbelt. One guy got a ticket. One guy didn't. The same two guys drove home. One guy wore his seatbelt. One guy didn't. One guy made it home. The guy not wearing his seatbelt didn't. Don't risk it. Click it or ticket. Paid for by NHTSA.
Nobody had to tell your grandparents not to drive while using their typewriters. Why should it be any different for us kids and our cell phones? Distracted driving was the cause of more than 3,000 deaths in 2022. Come on, we're smarter than this. Let's put down the phones and focus on the roads. Drive safe, everybody.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
We're back. Portland Sports Network here from Memorial Field, Edgar Johnson Stadium. Lady Panthers trail the Lady Buccaneers 6-0 as we get ready to start third quarter action. Flag football from Memorial Field. Who would ever thought about it, Coach? Second season in. It is sanctioned. TSSAA rules, classifications. Blue Cross Bowl will happen at the end of the season. What a matchup with the Beech Buccaneers and the Lady Panthers. 6-0. 154 remaining in the second quarter is the only score of the game. PAT failed, but let's give it up to our defense for the whole entire second quarter, Coach. The Lady Buccaneers had the ball from the 30-yard line in, and our Panther defense stood up and made a couple big plays.
Yeah, I mean the defense is what's kept us in the game so far, and you got to have one or the other. Either offense is scoring points and the defense is giving points up, or your defense is holding them out, and offense is trying to figure out what they need to do. I'm just really impressed with what I saw. I'm so glad I was able to watch the Gallatin game, the Gallatin game last week, and to see this game now, because the improvement, it's not, hey, they went 40%, 50%. It is 120% improvement from what I saw. You got different lineups out there. You know, they had to figure out who could play or who could do things, not who could play. They all can play. Who could sit there and do certain things that you need done. And then you can really see the Coach West's offense really taking shape now. Last week it was just simple. Let's go pass. Let's go just a toss or a handoff type of thing. You got misdirection this week. You got some option right there. I think the bubble screen or the bubble route is there all night long. It'd kind of be like running, hey, let's run a 5-yard out, a 5-yard cutback type of thing. If you're going to play a cover 3 on us, it's going to be over there. Just take the 5 yards and take what you can get.
Yeah.
I think that's there all night long. Defensively, I do like when we rush 2. I think Clifton and Garrett has done a great job with that. I love the way Roscoe's playing corner out there on defense and everything. Again, we will be going the ball. The Beech Buccaneers have the ball.
They deferred.
Yep. So they get the ball. They're going to go south to north, right to left. If you're watching it in your head, and but
at the 14-yard line. So as we start third quarter action, snap, pressure again, Coach. You brought that up. Pass is complete, but I believe they've got it down about the 18-yard line, about a 2-yard gain on that, Coach. Once again, that pressure. Was,
I mean, Garrett's
they're
done
getting
a
their
great
hands
job.
up too.
Yep.
I mean, she's having to throw over the hands as well. So it's going to be second down. They're saying 3, but actually it's going to be second down and about 1. They got to get to the 20. Yes, they got it now. Second down and 1 at the 19. Just the start of the third quarter. Panthers trail 6-0 to a Lady Bucks team who lost to Wilson Central in the first game. Pass up and falls incomplete through the hands of number 33, Again, great coverage out here by the Lady Panthers. 3rd down and 1.
Again, you got to think, are you going to let them have that 1 yard and just, play, make sure you don't let nothing get deep on you there. I would rush both rushers. I would sit there and tell them watch blitz peel there. Make sure if you got a running back coming out to your side that you make sure you cover that right there.
Yeah.
I can see them trying to run an option there, trying to run a quarterback to where you have someone in the flat. You're in distress going, do I cover the receiver or do I cover the quarterback?
Empty backfield. Quarterback's running. Can we get that flag? Yes.
Nope.
No, we don't. And they finally get it about the 22-yard line. Opportunity there from backside pressure. It looked like a quarterback keep all the way, Coach.
It did. And we thought Clifton had that quarterback in the backfield, and then she reached for that flag, and we thought it came off, but it didn't. So Garrett, coming from the other side, was able to trail and make the play. But they did get the first down. And the thing is that I'm good with – I can give up 3-4 yards to let you have a first down. I'm not going to give up, the 60 yards for a touchdown here.
And with that being said, Coach, it's going to be first down for the Lady Bucks, and it's 1st and 17. Snap. Quarterback looking deep and throws over the receiver. What an arm. All the way down past the 45-yard line, Coach. 10, 20, 30, a 40-yard pass in the air, unfortunately falls incomplete. Great coverage from the deep from our safety guys all the way back.
Again, we got good pressure there. I'm waiting for somebody just to – they're coming in. You're like, oh, my gosh, go ahead and take the quarterback down,
Yeah.
Hands are up. Again, you made a comment about the hands being up, so now you have to throw over the hands. And I love the way Orozco is playing. That receiver's coming into Orozco right there, and she's not making contact. She's allowing the receiver to run into her, but it's stopping the momentum right there, and the ball's going over her head, and you can't call pass interference on Orozco.
So 2nd down, snap, quarterback, little quick hitch, out, received, and the flags are finally pulled at we're going to call it the 33-yard line. So, Coach, we're going to have about a 3rd down and 7 for the Lady Buccaneers here. Once again, they only have to get to the 40-yard line. It's 20, 40, 20.
But 7 yards right now is tough to get. The way our defense has been playing tonight, it's been tough to get those 7 yards. I'd sit there and bring double pressure here.
Watch for the option or the quarterback keep on the sweep. Clock is running. 8:35, 6-0 is your score. Lady Buccaneers on top. Sidecar to the right of the quarterback. That quick pitch. She's looking for the first down mark. She's shaking bake. Got past it. Oh, my. What speed and agility by the running back for the Lady Buccaneers. And, Coach, we're talking about shifting our hips, talking about the agility, moving our feet. And she did a great job. Takes the ball all the way down to the 30-yard line. A great run. It's 1st and 10, Lady Bucks.
Yeah, she did a great job right there. Again, it was just a quick pitch. So when you have the rushing, you got to be able to rush. And, again, you have to realize that the running backs, if it's on your side, you have to sit there and peel off your rush, take the running back. That would take care of that issue right there. And you hope that the backside pressure would come and get to the quarterback.
First down for the Lady Buccaneers, 8:13. Looks like the Panthers. Coach Inman takes a timeout. 8:13 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. 6-0 is your score. Our defense has been a bend, not break defense thus far. Buccaneers have been deep inside our territory several times and has come away with nothing. Unfortunately, at the 1:54 mark there, remaining in the 2nd quarter, they scored on a 13-yard touchdown pass. PAT no good. And, Coach, they're coming off. They lost to Wilson Central in the previous game prior to ours. But, man, right now they got a little momentum. 1st and 10, 2nd half here at the 30-yard line.
Yeah, Beech took a timeout right there. I don't know what you're looking at. If they saw something, hey, run this play. When you do it, look for this right here.
Snap. Quarterback got some running room, got some real estate on the far side. And finally the flags are dropped. Ooh-wee. Is it enough for another first down inside the 20?
Yeah.
Looks like it.
So, again, we had Clifton rushing in off the outside there to the left. She rushed in, and the quarterback got around her because the running back's going there. Again, you have to understand if you're on an automatic blitz like that and the quarterback comes to you, you've got to get yourself back outside and play that right there. Either play the running back or the quarterback and string them out. if you're on the backside and the quarterback's going away from you, yeah, you can come on a full sprint. You're coming, but you've got to recognize that if the ball's coming to you.
Empty backfield. Motion to the far side. Quarterback rolls out, looking for the back in the flat. Oh, knocked down. Possibly could have been intercepted, but we'll take it. Great defensive play by the Lady Panthers.
Yeah, I believe that was
She's upset with herself.
That was Cole. So she turned and she had the ball right in her hands, and you're taught to knock the ball down, and that's what she did. And now everybody's kind of giving her grief about it and everything, making fun of because you could have had it right there. But that right there, Clifton did a great job.
Yes.
She was able to stay outside, kept the quarterback inside the pressure there, inside the pocket.
2nd down and 19, empty backfield. Quarterback looking up, looking for the back in the flat, and finds it. No flag is thrown. Did she step out of bounds? I believe she did over here, Coach.
That's what old Ritter's saying.
Yeah, right there at the 10. So it's going to be 3rd down and 10 for the Lady Buccaneers at the 6:31 mark and counting.
Again, we had Garrett on the pressure right there, and it wasn't bad coverage at all. We just, again, it's the eye-hand coordination. You're trying to run. You're trying to sit there and grab the flag and everything, and you got to get, you got a shirt there that you're supposed to have tucked in. You've got other things flying around, and it's hard to.
It's more difficult than what it looks like.
Oh, yeah.
Sidecar to the right. Snap. Quarterback runs to the right. Is she going to toss it? No. What a great defensive play once again in the backfield for the Lady Panthers.
Yeah, good job right there by Clifton. She came in, was able to reach. She's done a great job tonight on being able to grab that flag and get in the backfield. Her and Garrett right there. Again, I'd bring it again. I'd bring both girls and make sure that you're playing outside in, to where they can't get around you. And then when we do that, they can't run, and they're having trouble pass the ball.
Yes.
So.
Yes, 100%. And, Coach, let me just say this. Their defensive – our defense has done such an outstanding job when they found themselves what we would call the red zone. And we put the pressure on. Instead of being from the 10-yard line, here we are now back at the 13-yard line on a 4th and 13. Sidecar to the right. Quarterback looking. Pressure, as you said, wide open. Did we knock it down? Yes, we did. A great play that time. That was Maya Petty on the play for the Lady Panthers. Turnover on downs, 1st and down for your Lady Panthers. Great defensive stand there, Coach.
Yeah, great job by Petty. And she went up for the ball along with the receiver, and she was able to out-jump her right there, get her hands on the ball, and just make sure that she took it away and no one was able to catch that right there. And, again, defense come up big time right here. So let's see if we can get the offense going. All it takes is one score and an extra point, and we got this game.
Motion this way. Quarterback with the keeper, trying to find some room, and she does. She's down past the 1st down the sideline. Where they're going to mark her out, Coach? Near the 35-yard line. And, Coach, they went from 1st down and 7 to now 1st down and 5. All she has to do is get to the 40. Great run by the quarterback.
Yeah, great run by Reese right there. Again, you would think that as you run, and she wasn't swatting, she wasn't flag guarding, as they call it, or doing anything like that. She was just running. And, people, you just can't grab the flag. It's harder than, like we said, it's harder than you think.
Yeah. Shotgun. Sidecar to the right. Twin receivers left and right. Motion this way. Pass. Falls incomplete.
So
that's not a bad call for a 1st and 5, Coach.
No, it was there. It was open. Both receivers were open. The thing is, she's sitting there. She's taking the snap, and she's just throwing.
Yeah, a little hurry. She's hurrying.
And she's not looking to see what her receivers are doing. Maybe the receiver slipped when she's coming off the line. But she had the hook. At 10-yard hook was open. The little out or the little trail route was there. It was open. If she would have decided on which one, it looked like she threw it in between both of them.
2nd down. Pass up and retrieved for a 1st down. Looked like a big tight end right there, Coach, coming across the middle for a 1st down for the Lady Panthers.
Great job by our center, Emily Hester, right there of going up and grabbing that ball and then turning around and just trying to get what she can get. You don't know. You're waiting for the whistle to blow before you understand that your belt's not on no more. So
that's a Tony Gonzalez play right there for the Chiefs, baby. Kelsey. Travis Kelsey. Shotgun formation again for the Panthers. Motion this way. Hands off. Got a little running room. And finally the flag is dropped at the 30. It was 1st and 14. So now it's going to be 2nd down and 10. Got a little drive going here, Coach.
So right there, they handed it off to Lambert. Lambert took it, and the defender actually took Reese, who sat there and came back on the other way. So they ran Reese and the quarterback so much on that now they're not honoring the jet, and we handed it off that time.
2nd down and 8 at the 28. Snap. Look at here. Out in the flat. Ooh, was there. Just dropped just outside the fingertips of our receiver. 3rd down and 8. And we got some penetration here going here with the 2:46 mark and 3rd quarter action.
That's the right read right there. She ran the bubble over there. It was open. She just let her too much. So, again, she's reading. That time she read it like she's supposed to. You've got they're playing a cover 3. The corner's dropping deep, and the outside linebacker can't get out there on that.
Motion this way. Quarterback with the keep. Can she get it? Yes, she does. 1st down and more at the 18-yard line. So we're going to call it 1st and goal for the Panthers at the 18. And, Coach, let's go back to the previous play. We also got to remind ourselves she is throwing into the wind.
Yeah.
So when she's throwing that ball up, the receiver is trying its best to get direction and try to receive it as well.
So they found something going on with Reese running the offense right here. With her speed, she's able to sit there and that was us. That she was able to sit there and be able to get around the corner here.
So it's 1st and goal. We're going to call it 1st and goal because it is inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. 1:45 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Ball's on the ground. It drops, and it will be a dead ball at the 25-yard line. Loss of 7 on the play there, Coach. Just mishandled it.
Yeah, the ball was a little hot coming from the center right there, from Hester right there, and then plus you're trying to make the fake. She was going to fake to the jet right there and take it off to the left-hand side there, and you're trying to do everything so fast and in a hurry that you never did. You got to catch the ball first before you do anything else.
Little antsy, Coach. Little antsy. 2nd down and 24. Motion. Snap. Quarterback looks. We got it. Once again, throwing into that wind, Coach, you could tell that the ball was directed in a different direction because of that wind.
She knew she had pressure coming off to the left-hand side. She turned right, was going to throw it over there. She didn't set her feet. She had time. She needs to set her feet and throw it. And,
more like a lob there.
Yeah. And like you said, then that wind catches it.
So 46 seconds and counting. 3rd down and 24. 3rd quarter action. Panthers trying to make something out of this drive, trailing the Lady Buccaneers 6-0. Snap. Quarterback rolls out. Looking downfield, and it falls incomplete.
See, again, right there, you had Cole trying to catch that. Lamberth was right there, and I'm over going, Lamberth, go try to catch that.
The deflection.
And so, again, it's just some of those things that you're going, hey, go after the ball. You got to go after the ball.
So the clock is running. I believe that Coach Emmons is going to let the clock run out before we run a play here. And that is the end of the 3rd quarter. Lady Buccaneers are beat 6-0 over our Lady Panthers as we get ready to start 4th quarter action. We'll be back right after this on the Portland Sports Network from Edgar Johnson Stadium Memorial Field.
This is Coach Danny Thompson, Portland High School Hall of Famer. You're listening to PHS Athletics on Portland Sports Network.
Game world or real world, seatbelts save lives.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
In the city or in the woods, help keep America looking good. Give a hoot, don't pollute. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Agriculture's Forest Service.
We're back. The start of the 4th quarter here from Memorial Field, Edgar Johnson Stadium. Lady Panthers trail the Lady Buccaneers 6-0. 4th down and 24. Inside handoff. Looking deep down the field, and it's intercepted. And I cannot believe it. And the flag is dropped at the 5-yard line. That's just as good as a punt.
Yeah, I was going to say that you turned out what you wanted, if you're not going to sit there and put it in the end zone. But I think that was one of those where you had to go for the end zone right there.
Yes.
So, again, it's not a bad play. It's one of those, it's just as good as a punt.
That's
so
right.
Why not go ahead and try it and see what you get?
Especially when they're down. I said 5-yard line. It's actually the 10.
Looks like they're going to be set up on
where we at there, Coach? Help me out.
seven,
Seven.
8, yeah, 8. We'll call it 8. We'll go right in the middle.
Okay, 7-yard line. So, first down and 13 at the 7, 11:51 remaining in this contest. They're going to bring pressure. Here it comes. Off the edge, tossed out here, and really a gain of maybe 2 at best.
Yeah, I like the way Robinson right there, number 4, played that. She just sat right there in her spot and allowed the play come to her. She didn't backpedal. She didn't come up. So she just sat right there and allowed the running back to come out to her. And as soon as she caught the ball, she was able to sit there and pull the flag.
So second down and 10 for the Lady Buccaneers. 11:30 remaining in this contest. Panthers trail 6-0. The only score, 1:54 remaining in the first half by the Lady Buccaneers. Pass downfield, intercepted. And dropped. Maya Petty was there, intercepting possibility. She's used to spiking the volleyball, Coach. That's that volleyball in her.
She was able to go up and, like, again, it's, you have to understand, you got to catch the ball and you got to catch it with your hands, and it was in the wind too, and the ball was going against that wind, and I didn't know if it was fluttering, looked like a knuckleball there.
Yes, sir.
But it's tough. You was hoping we could sit there and got that turnover right there, and
that'd been big.
Oh yeah.
But hey, the defense has been exceptional tonight. Third down and 10 for the Bucks. Pressure. Can we get the flag? Somebody. Yes, we do. And it's going to be around the 16-yard line. So, Coach, it's going to be fourth down.
It'll be fourth down at about 3.5, 4 right there.
Big play call now for the Lady Bucks coach. And the wind is blowing in their face. So a punt here could be, I believe the punting unit comes out.
That's what they're doing.
I'm going to tell you, man, that wind, blowing about 15, 20 miles an hour, but a gust of about 35. Let's see how this goes.
I wouldn't be back that far.
Snap. Kick. Straight up. Retrieved at the 35, and they're going to take it down near the 30.
Yeah, you got the field flipped here. We're over the 40-yard line going in. So, like I said, we had a good drive going with the offense. Got stalled a little bit and kind of had to do a desperate throw there, and it didn't hurt us to that point. So, again, I think you continue doing what you're doing in that last drive, and all we got to have is a touchdown and an extra point.
And all we need is 10 yards for a first down. And right there, I thought she had it. She kind of stumbled there, Coach, and fell to the ground. That's number 44 for our Panthers. That's Hester, the center.
Yeah.
And she was open there, Coach, for the first down.
She was. Again, you got to sit there and make sure that you step and throw and follow through with your throw and everything. You can't hurry up that pass. And so, again, just a lot of little things that people work on 365 days a year, to do it right. And
double reverse here. We got a little running room here, Coach. Can we get out there? No, we might have gotten down. Ooh, we're going to be like third down and 3 at the 23-yard line.
That's going to be Roscoe there on the double handoff right there. And so it's going to be, third and 3, you said?
Yep. Third and 3. 9-minute mark here in the final quarter. Panthers trail 6-0, but driving here after a great fourth down play. Oh, man.
Wow.
Caught in the backfield, so now it's going to be 4th and 5.
We tried the jet right there. They brought 2 rushers, one on each side, and she ran into that rusher there. And
really, about 4th and 7, Coach.
Yeah. I think you go for that bubble pass right there. You get out here, you're playing cover 3, run deep, run a post right there, and bubble out here with this guy.
And what's the penalty? I think we moved, Coach.
And I'm okay with that.
Dead
we try
ball,
to go.
False start. So we're going to be 4th and 12.
So we try to go to Hester again. They got her covered now. So, again, they're not looking at this bubble over here. I would turn that bubble into a sideline route right there, and I think you can hit it. She just has to look, and you got to make sure that you step into your throw. I wouldn't run a go. I would run a post. Take that corner. Well, they're going to punt it.
I was wondering if we was going to punt, because we've done well putting them back deep, flipping the field, like you said, Coach. Clock is running, 8:21. Lady Panthers trail 6-0. Snap. Kick. Up. And retrieved. And still running. down near the 18-yard line, Coach. They're going to be first down. They're going to call it 17, 18. It's going to be first down and 2 for the Lady Buccaneers.
Well, a little update here. The Lady Panthers softball team was playing White House tonight. They were winning 2-0 when we were looking at it earlier in the game, and now they look like they fell to 16-9. White House Blue Devils over the Lady Panthers softball team. Also, that happening tonight was the high school football team lift-a-thon was tonight.
Yes.
The fundraiser. So
yes.
I see Coach Moore over here on the sideline, so I'm sure that's over with now. It started at 5 o'clock, I think, so be exciting to hear how much money they got to raise this year.
There's that pressure, Coach, and we got it. No, we didn't. We missed a flag. Can she get a first down? She does, and they're going to mark it near the 21-yard line. It was first and about 2, and looks like they're going to mark it about the 22, 23-yard line. 7:52. The clock is running. Portland with 1 timeout, Beech with 2, and the Panthers trail 6-0 to the Lady Buccaneers.
Again, you're hoping that the defense can hold right here somewhere, and it's first down, right?
Yeah, first and 17 at the 23.
Marker over there shows 4.
There's that quick toss.
There, yeah,
we
there
got
it is.
Oh,
Nice,
great
Garrett.
defense there, Coach.
That's how you do it right there, Garrett. Great job. She didn't rush in quickly. She took about a step or two, saw that the running back was going that way, took off that way, and that's what I'm talking about. If the running back's on your side and she does that, that's what you got to do there. Let the backside pressure come and get the quarterback there. Played that one perfectly right there and got a loss of down right there.
And, Coach, she didn't over pursue. She stayed right in front of the Lady Buccaneer and made a great defensive play, as you called.
She's done that all night long, and I love how she plays that. Her footwork is so good. She sits there and is able to break down and not get juked out.
2nd and 22. Snap. Pressure again. Pass is complete, and the flag is pulled around the 25-yard line. So we're still going to find about 3rd down and 17, 18 right here for the Buccaneers. Clock running at the 6:35 mark.
I like our pressure. I really do like the way Clifton and Garrett's running off the edge. It kind of reminds you of Avery Hughes a little bit last year. Bringing pressure, putting pressure on the quarterback. We had good coverage. I really do like the way our defense has covered this game tonight compared to last week. I like the way the offense is starting to do things. It just took us a half to kind of get going here.
3rd down and 13. A big defensive stand right here would be wonderful. Make them punt into the wind. Snap, pass, over the head, incomplete. And the punting unit should come in, Coach, and they're going to be punting into the wind. Let's see what the coach calls for the Lady Buccaneers.
I don't see why you would sit there and go for it here. But, again, you're right. Here's what I would try to do.
Block it.
The way we got our return here, we need to make sure that we get in the middle and run that wing formation, that diamond formation that they got right here. And if you watch the Mighty Ducks, it's kind of that formation there.
Retrieve.
Catch it, now come. There it is.
40.
Nice.
So it's going to be 1st and 10 Panthers at the 45-yard line. Actually, it's going to be 1st and 5 because all they have to do is get to the 40.
Right.
At the 5:30 mark, Coach, this may be one of those last 1 or 2 possessions for our Lady Panthers on the offensive side of the ball.
With the way the clock runs and everything, you get one automatic timeout, and that's at the 2-minute. And, other than that, the clock's going to go unless you call a timeout.
Snap. Quarterback keeps. No, toss. Trying to make something out of nothing. And they lost about 2 on the play. We're going to call it 2nd down and 7.
Yeah, that time we ran. It looked like we was going to run the double reverse. That time Pike kept it off the first handoff, and Buccaneers sat at home. They didn't move. They just said, "You coming my way? I'm sitting right here. If you're going another way, that's their problem over there." So
2nd down and 7. Clock at the 5-minute mark. Ball at the 33-yard line. Motion. Play action. Quarterback keeps it, but, man, the Buccaneers, like you said, Coach, they're just staying at home and seeing where the ball flows and making a play.
So they're running a cover 4. They got 4 people deep. That's where you've got to run your 2 outside guys deep, hit something out in the flats, either an out or something of that nature, or run that bubble, run that wheel route. It's all going to be right there. Or maybe run Hester instead of straight down the middle of the field, run her on an out, a 5-yard out. But the flats are open right there. You got 3 defenders right here in the middle. They're staying at home. You got 4 people dropping deep.
Right now, we need a first down. Clock's running 4:18. Snap. Quarterback wasn't expecting it.
False start.
We're going to get busted for a false start, man. and that's going to make it 12. 3rd down and 12. So we went from 1st and 5 to 3rd and 12 in a very crucial offensive series right here, Coach.
The Buccaneers were all dropping back into coverage.
Oh, yeah.
They all, even the rushers.
Oh, yeah. We got one. Passes up, incomplete. And like you said, Coach, she's not even setting her feet. She's just throwing it up. It's 4th down. They did bring one rusher there, Coach. And they're going to punt. I'd snap it quickly because the clock's at 3:50.
Yeah, this is where you want the clock to slow down, and they can't even get their people out there.
This is where we need to win to take it down to about the 5-yard line. Ooh, that's what we needed, Coach. It goes, stay
Slow
in.
down, slow down.
Oh, man. Touchback, so the ball will be placed at the 14-yard line. So close there, Coach.
I like the way she punted that. She did a little punch kick right there, and it did. It took off. I don't think she got it up high enough for the wind to even affect it. It was just
that was a missile, Coach.
I mean, that's how strong her leg is, and she got the roll. And you was hoping that it would sit there and spin back and kind of deaden itself after it hit there in the 5, but it just kept on rolling there. But it was a good punt right there. You got to hope the defense can sit there and get 4 downs right here. If I was Beech, I'd take all the time in the world.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no reason to be in a hurry. I'd sit there and tell me when I got 2 seconds before you call it, delay a game so I can snap it. That's what I'd be doing.
So it's going to be 1st down and 6. Ball's at the 14-yard line. Snap. Quarterback looking downfield, trying to find somebody. Throws it up. Knocked down. I could have thought it could have been offensive pass interference.
Yeah,
but,
that was the way I knew you were right.
But anyway, once again, that ball more what do you call it? Longitude instead of latitude, or it was more straight up like a rocket than it was.
More vertical than horizontal.
Yeah, help me out, Coach. 3:04 remaining here in the 4th quarter. 6-0 is your score. Lady Buccaneers on top with the football. It's time for this defense to make another play. Quarterback, sidecar to the right. Snap. Looking downfield. Where's the pressure? Ball up in the air again. Intercepted.
Nice.
And the ball is intercepted at the 30. And, Coach, that's what we needed.
Yeah, that's Emma Moore, number 1 over there. She had a chance on the last play, and the receiver came over her back and knocked it down right there. And that time there, she was able to make the catch and got the ball turned over. So now it's a big offensive play, a series right here. We got 2 minutes, 43 seconds. The clock will stop once at the 2-minute mark, and then we've got timeout. So we got 1 timeout left.
1st and 10. Snap. And we're trying that reverse again, Coach, and they are just reading it well. They're staying input right there at the defensive line and not stepping and watching the ball real good.
Yeah, your outside defender right there, I'd call it defensive end. She's not taking the fake. She's got the jet coming, so that's what her responsibility is. And they got the middle linebacker taking the quarterback. So we got to figure out something else now. Fake that jet, run the quarterback this way, maybe throw a pass.
2:17 left. Handoff. Trying to find something. Got the pass off and
the flag came off. It was a handoff. Pike reversed the field, threw it to Hester, and then Hester was running on the field when the flag came off.
At the 25, and it's at the 2-minute warning. Do they not stop the clock with 2 minutes? Nope. Okay.
I'm learning.
So it's 3rd down.
We're learning.
Hey, we're learning. 3rd and 3. We need a 1st down right here, but a touchdown would be great. The clock is running. 1:42. Lady Panthers trail, and we got a timeout on the field.
You got Coach West talking to referee Mr. Ritter from the SEC there, trying to figure out what's going on. I think he was asking the same thing. Why would you not sit there and...
Now it's running the clock again. It's 3rd and 3. We need a 1st down. Snap. Quarterback draw. And we got running room. And finally the flag is taken down near the 10, 22-yard line, 23-yard line. So, Coach, 1:27 and counting. 1st down for the Panthers in the Panther zone. Call the play.
I don't understand. Yeah, I don't understand why they can't get a hold of flags off a reach right there.
So we're going to call it 14. So it's 1st and goal from the 14. Snap. Quarterback's keeping it, trying to find some running room, and they finally got the flag down near the 10, but the clock is under a minute.
Yeah, you're over here. You want to hurry. You want to hurry.
Yeah, they're huddling up, man.
And we're huddling and everything. So
come on. 48 seconds. Second down and goal at the 10-yard line. Can we tie this thing up? Snap. Quarterback throws it up, and it is intercepted. Are you kidding me? And running down the sideline, and are we going to catch her? The flag is still on her hip, but she's running out of gas. And it's finally picked off near the 20-yard line, and that's it, Coach. Wow. A great defensive stand by the Lady Buccaneers. Intercepted the ball and took that thing about, well, it's an 80-yard field, 60 yards.
Again, you're going to have to take chances. You know, there's nothing that you could have done about that. You're trying to make a play right there. There's nothing, you know, again, you just great job by the offense turned into defense to run her down and not just to give up. You could have sat there and just jogged and said, oh, I can't catch her. But great job right there by all the players who ran down and was able to make her redirect right there and stop and make the tackle here. Because here's the thing: you're going to lose. If you're going to lose this, it's going to be 6-0. Go ahead and make a stand right here. Continue to play defense because, I mean, there's all kinds of things that you can learn from this.
Yes.
And, again, I think the offense looked better in the second half. We just got to a point where we needed to make some plays and had to take some chances there.
Snap. Quarterback rolling out. Just trying to run the clock. 20 seconds.
Nice.
Great defensive play again by that front.
Yeah, you found your
of the
defensive
Panthers.
edge right there. You found your defensive line right there.
So the clock's winding down inside of 10 seconds. The Lady Buccaneers looks like they will come to Memorial Field and take a W. 6-0 is your score against the Lady Panthers. Stick around. We got more football as the Lady Panthers will take on the Wildcats of Wilson Central following our timeout. You're listening to Panther Football right here on Portland Sports Network.
This is Portland High School Hall of Famer Philip Gunner Thayer. You are listening to PHS Athletics on Portland Sports Network.
back. It's the Portland Sports Network right here from Memorial Field, Edgar Johnson Stadium, ready for Game 3 of the night, but Game 2 for our Lady Panthers, who just lost a close one, 6-0 to the Lady Buccaneers. Now they will be taking on the Wilson Central Lady Wildcats as we get ready for action again from Memorial Field, Edgar Johnson Stadium. Robert Gilman, along with the coach, Miguel Amenderes, getting ready to call all the action for you tonight. Looks like the captains for the Lady Panthers, number 44, Emily Hester, along with number 10, Sadie Clifton, for your Lady Panthers as they get ready to play back-to-back games. Like I said, the Wilson Central Wildcats defeated the Lady Buccaneers in the first game, and they have been sitting for about an hour and 15 to 20 minutes. So we're going to see how this game goes here to close out the evening of flag football. Second season for the Lady Panthers, as we made mention earlier in the broadcast, that it is a sanctioned sport now for the TWSAA. They do have their own region, own classification, and they will be playing for the Blue Cross Bowl Championship later on in the spring. So we're waiting on the flip of the coin here at midfield. To remind you of our rules, it's 20, 40, 20 from the yard marker, only an 80-yard field. 20 first down marker, 40 first down marker, 20 first down marker, and the clock continues to run. And so it looks like the Panthers will receive the first possession, which they won't receive. They will take the possession at the 14-yard line, and that's part of the ruling of the flag football. Coach Inman on the sideline for the Lady Panthers. Want to remind you, sports listeners out there, we will have Saturday sports show at 9 o'clock. Also next week, we will have the privilege of calling 2 Lady Panther softball games next week. I believe it's Tuesday and Thursday of next week from the campus of Portland High School. So looking forward to bringing that coverage to you here on the Portland Sport Network. So the Lady Panthers will have possession at the 14-yard line. It'll be first down and 6 due to the fact they only have to get to the 20-yard line for a first down. As I said, Wilson Central defeated the Lady Bucks earlier. They've been sitting for well over an hour plus, waiting on this game to start. Snap. Panthers with the football. Quick toss. And the defense was there for the Lady Wildcats. No gain whatsoever on the play. So it'll be second down, and we're going to call it 7 for the Lady Panthers. 11:44 as we start first quarter action here from Memorial Field, Edgar Johnson Stadium. The first home game for the Lady Panthers, and we have a flag, and it will be coming back. Looks like it'd be a legal procedure against the Panthers. And Coach Miguel, heartbreaking loss there per se for the first game. Had opportunities there at the end. The interception closed it out for the Lady Buccaneers as we start game 2.
Yeah, again, it's one of those losses where it's tough to have, but the way they played, you just take that momentum and you continue into this game here. And again, you got to look and see if you got the same starters or anything, or if you're going to sit there and change up some personnel right there. But again, you take the momentum you took from the first game. The defense stays the same. You take the offense, you just sit there and make it work, and then you continue and then you improve. And like I said, defense was there. It was there all game long.
Yeah.
A ton of improvement from the last game. Now you just got to get the offense going.
Second down and 10. Quarterback with the keep. Trying to make some running room and not getting much at all. What a quick defense for the Wilson Central Wildcats. They had no problem coming up and making a play, Coach.
So again, you're sitting there. You got so used to what Beech was doing. Now you got to figure out what Wilson Central did. What did you do during the Wilson Central Beech game? Did you sit there and watch what they did? So now you can kind of start trying to figure out what you got to do, what you can be there offensively.
So it's third down and 10 for the Panthers, trying to get to the 20-yard line. Running the ball once again, and it will be short. Looks like it's going to be fourth and about 2 or 3.
Yeah, a great job by Reese. Reese is playing quarterback. They figured out that they had a lot of offensive movement right there when she was playing quarterback. Now you've got Clifton back. They're going to punt it. 4th and 2, and they're going to punt.
and they have the wind to their back. Just to remind our listeners, Portland is going right to left or south to north. Kick is up. Wind got a hold of that one, Coach. Over the head of the returner. She picks it up. Did we over pursue? No, we did not. Great job on the kicking team for the Lady Panthers.
Yeah. Yeah, great job. Again, the punt, Clifton is really doing a great job punting the ball. And, again, we had good coverage right there. I think that we could work on that a little bit. When you actually sit there and say you're out kicking your coverage, and literally that's what we're doing. We're out kicking our coverage right there. The ball went over the head, and I think the player from Wilson Central was going to allow the ball just to die there. And I would think you blow the ball dead if that's what would happen. I don't think we can pick it up and go. It's not a live ball like that.
So it's 1st and 15 at the 25. Quarterback looking downfield, looking and finds the receiver, and she just lobbed it up there, Coach. And we had like 4 Panthers around the ball, and nobody responded. Is it going to be enough for a first down? Let's see.
So it looks like they're going to be
right at the 40-yard line. So,
first.
yes. So a quick 15-yard pass for Wilson Central to the first down marker at the 40.
They sent all 6 girls out right there, so we didn't rush nobody. I think we need to rush someone and take a chance and let our guys in the middle right there cover. They're running like little 5 and 7 yard hooks right there.
Let me tell you something. They got some height on this Wilson Central receiving corps. Quarterback with the ball, trying to get outside, and great job from the defensive side again. About a 3-yard gain. So we're going to call it 2nd down and 17 for the Wildcats of Wilson Central. 9-10, start of the first quarter. Panthers on the first possession. Wilson Central won the toss, deferred. Panthers with a great punt. Now we're waiting on that defense to show up again. 2nd down, snap, quarterback rolling out, looking downfield, got a receiver, intercepted by the Lady Panthers. That's number 1. A great play by Emma Moore of the Panthers. That's 2 interceptions tonight,
Coach.
2
interceptions right there. Again, I like the way we're playing our defense. We're allowing the receivers to sit there and come to us.
Wow, what a great play by Moore for the Lady Panthers on her 2nd interception of tonight, and gets possession to the Panthers at the 14. That's not the 14, that's the 24. Great run. They have to get to the 40-yard line. Actually, they have it at the 30. So it's 2nd down and 10 at the 30. 8:23 remaining here in the first quarter.
Yeah, again,
I'm used to these markers, man. It kind of throws a curve a little bit. The old number 2.
It's okay. You're going to get so used to this. We'll change into football, and you can help out on Tuesday night or Friday night.
Yes. There's that handoff again, around, trying to find that edge, Coach. And right now, Wilson Central has picked up on that quite well. But we did gain about 2 yards on the play. So we're going to call it 3rd down. They're saying 8 on the scoreboard, Coach, but we're going to call it 9.
Your eyes are better than theirs.
I don't know, Coach. So it's 3rd down. At 3rd down and 8. Quarterback keeps it, trying to find some running room. Can she get the edge? No, she cannot. No gain on the play, so it's 4th down. Hey, can we flip the field once again? The way our punting unit is doing a great job. Wow.
Watching their coverage, I don't know. They ran that bubble right over here. It opened up because the inside slot defender.
That's a direct pistol kick right there, son. Went straight to the hand, 30. And finally, the flag is pulled at the 40, we're going to call it the 35-yard line. So it's going to be 1st down and 5. That was just a dart of a punt.
It was a line drive right there. It was a great catch by the Wilson Central player right there. And again, we got to make sure we have coverage. We're kind of watching it. I know in practice you kind of kick and just kind of watch, and you got to make sure we tell the guys to run down that field and cover, because they're going to return that, and you're giving them 10, 15 yards before we even get down the field to them.
1st and 5. We got 1 rusher coming in, drops it off to looks like the little center. Just laid out there in the flat there, Coach. And it's going to be 2nd down and 1
That's Adriana Blackmore. I was talking about her at the first of this whole thing started about what she did last week, and we got her and Garrett in there rushing now. And but I really do love the way Robinson, number 4, is playing that outside linebacker spot. She's taking the flat. She's sitting right there, allowing she's not dropping into coverage, and she's kind of taking the flats away.
Well, they're giving it first down. First down now for the Wildcats at the 40. Motion coming this way, trying to get the speed sweep. She got some real estate. Great defensive play there. Is that number 13 to come up and made the play?
Yeah, no, that's Cole again. A great job by Cole right there.
At the 45.
She's playing the outside linebacker spot and everything, and she's doing the same thing as Robson on the other side. I was talking to Coach Inman later last week, and I was like, could you rotate and have these guys do this and do that? And he said, you'd love to do something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And they're kind of slowly starting to understand that, and I really do like what I'm seeing there defensively.
Motion this way. Play action. Looking downfield. Got a receiver and broken up, deflected, and retrieved. Oh, my goodness. What good hands coordination for the Lady Wildcats. Great defense there, Coach.
Yeah.
Knocked it up in the air, but unfortunately, the receiver came down with the football.
Yeah, I think you got Roscoe over there, or you got number 1, Moore and Petty over there from the free safety spot. Converged on that. Thought he was going to knock it down, knocked the ball up in there. Receiver did a great job concentrating on the ball, was able to come back down with the ball after the deflection.
Quarterback looking downfield, the middle of the field, has her receiver. And that number 14 for the Lady Wildcats, she is definitely the playmaker for that team.
Yeah, she's there in the as the number 3 receiver in the inner slot right there, and she just went straight down the field on the seam route. And I don't know where Petty went somewhere. Playing the cover 3, you got the deep third right there. I don't know if she was looking at somewhere else, but you got to watch. That's the one I'm keen on.
Yeah.
The headband. Key the headband.
Get there, and that is a touchdown.
Yeah.
Touchdown for the Wildcats.
So what that was is looked like the slot receiver from the right side came across. We were definitely covering number 14, like you were saying there, the one with the headband, and 12 came across. Actually, 12 is the center. So last week against Gallatin, we let the center go in goal line situation like this because everybody's thinking that you're going to run slants and stuff, and it hurt us.
So they're trying for the point conversion from the 3, pass up and dropped. So it is incomplete on the conversion. So at 4:54 in the first quarter, Wilson Central on their first offensive possession strikes first, 6-0. We'll be back right after this.
Smokey the Bear.
Then you know why Smokey tells you when he sees you passing through. Remember, please be careful, it's the least that you can do.
What you desire, don't play with matches. Don't play with fire.
We're back. Snap. Quarterback keeps it for the Panthers, but her flag falls off around the 17. I don't believe she was tugged, or the flag was tugged there, Coach. It just disconnected and fell down.
Again, you got to know that clip's going to sit there and come off sooner or later, get wore out and everything. But if it happens a lot of times, I'd sit there and get into the bag and see if I can't get another belt or something like that.
With the run, 2nd down and 8 at the 18. Quarterback looks up, throws, and it falls incomplete. Intended for our Panther receiver. Great defense by the Lady Wildcats. 2nd down and 2, Coach. We need a first down on this series.
Definitely. We need to sit there and get a drive going. Even though we're down just 6-0 right now, it's going to take another half or another quarter, to figure out what they're doing offensively, talk about our defense and everything. I think we're close to where we can kind of shut the door on them right there. We just got to get the offense going here.
Bunch formation, a little tight formation for the Lady Panthers. Coming to the right side. Can we get the edge? No, we cannot. It's going to be close. So we're going to call it 4th down and 2. Clock is running, 3:37 here in the first quarter, trailing 6-0 our Lady Panthers, and it looks like they've already assumed the punting unit was coming out. Can you fake a punt in flag football?
No.
Evidently not. Snap. Kick.
Go.
Dart once again, and that retrieved at the 30. Now at the 40, crossing the field. 45, and the flag was at the 43.
So
wow.
Here's what I don't.
Why are we kicking to her every time?
Well, because she's a return man. But I understand what you're saying. I'd kick it to the sidelines.
Yeah.
Kick it to the sidelines away from her and let it go out of bounds. That's again,
You're
but,
running the game, Coach.
But
Yep.
what we can't move until the ball's kicked. She's kicking that ball on such a line drive that she literally is out. I mean, we can't get 5 yards running down the field by the time the return man is returning the ball, and now we got 10 yards.
Yeah.
She needs to get more height.
Yeah.
Get it up in the air and give us time to get down the field, and that would help with our coverage right there.
So it's 1st and 10, or 1st and 17, excuse me, for the Wildcats. Looking, trying to find a receiver, and does right in the middle of the field. That's number 13, I believe. Nevertheless, it's going to be close to a first down.
Yeah, Wilson Central sent us a roster with names but no numbers. Now, how does that help? Like, I know who Jessica is out there.
Yeah, there you go. Names with no numbers. But nevertheless, it's first down. They did spot it at the 20. First down and goal, I guess you can say, at the 20-yard line for the Lady Wildcats. Snap. In the middle of the field once again. Timing off just a little bit there.
Yeah.
She had the receiver open there, Coach, in the middle of the field.
So that time we put Clifton back in, and we got Clifton and Garrett, who was playing in the first game, who's bringing pressure off the edge. They came back in that time, got pressure on the quarterback, kind of squeezed her into a small little pocket, and it was not able to let her to follow through on that pass. And like you said, it was an incomplete pass.
So it'll be second down at the 20. Snap, quarterback rolling out to the left side, looking downfield. Do we have it? Almost another interception by that Lady defense. Great play, knocking it down, making it 3rd down and 20.
Yeah, great job right there. Again, that's going to be some drills you work in practice on hands right there. I mean, again, I don't know what the size is of the football for flag football is or anything like that. But again, it's just,
This
working on your skills.
Motion this way. Looking down the far side, or excuse me, the near side. That time looks like she didn't have a good grip on the ball, Coach. It looked like a duck when it came out, or was it deflected?
I don't know. That's what I say. I don't know if Garrett, she got in there on the pressure and was able to deflect the ball. The way it wobbled, it looked like she did deflect.
So it's going to bring up 4th down from the 20-yard line, and they brought the playmaker in. She's on the far side. 4th down, 1 minute, or coming upon the 1 minute mark here in first quarter action. Snap, quarterback looking downfield. She's definitely going to throw it in the end zone, is she not? No, she throws it out here in the flat. Can we get the flag? No. Are you kidding me?
Oh, man.
A 10-yard pass turned into a 20-yard touchdown at the 56-second mark here in first quarter action. Oh, my.
Yeah, that was Birdwell out here on the corner. And I thought she had it, and then when she didn't get it, I thought I'm trying to look at the number. It might have been Cole or Pike. I thought had it. And again, you're sitting there going, "What, has she got it tied on or something?"
Yeah.
But it's the same way with Reese, our quarterback. She's able to run right up the middle and gain 15, 20 yards before they can pull the flag.
Snap, looking for the conversion, and it is complete. So it's good. So with that being said, 56 seconds. The Wilson Central Lady Wildcats are now up 13-0. 2 possessions, 2 scores, and it didn't take long. On that 4th down and 20, Coach, I'm like you. It was a 10-yard pass, couldn't get to the flag, and give her 6.
Again,
wow.
It's you got to figure out what
angle to take, especially in this game. I'm seeing that you're trying to get the edge, you're trying to get the angle, shifting your hips, and that speed matters. So with the play,
they're running a bunch of curls or a bunch of hooks. We're looking, we're biting on the big long plays right there, and they're kind of coming underneath us.
Underneath us, yep. So 2nd down and 4, 35 seconds remaining for the Lady Panthers, trying to get a first down. Snap. Oh, man. Ran into each other, but how in the world we got a first down? I don't know, but we did. Kind of mixed up in the backfield there, Coach, but we got enough yardage to move the stick. It's going to be first down for the Lady Panthers, coming on 15 seconds remaining.
Wilson Central defensively is running a cover 2. Their outside linebackers, headman, number 14 for them. She's got the flats, same thing over on the other side, and then you got the 2 safeties. So you got a cover 2 right there is what you're looking at. And then you've got middle linebacker kind of playing in the middle of the zone right there. And so then we got to figure out what routes are best against cover 2.
Mhm.
Beech was running in cover 3. We kind of found the routes that kind of helped there. So now we got to figure out what can we do on the cover 2 versus the cover 2.
So we're going to take a timeout. There's a timeout on the field. Getting ready for second quarter action. You're listening to Panther football right here on the Portland Sport Network. We're back for second quarter action from Memorial Field, Edgar Johnson Stadium. Lady Panthers with the football, looking for something, and we got a pick pass going the distance. About 27 yards on the interception. And, man, she just flat out set the table there, Coach.
Yeah, as soon as she went to go release the ball, I looked and I saw it right there. And she had read that route. Talking about the defender, she read that route and everything, and I bet Reese would rather wish she wouldn't have thrown that. Of course, hindsight's 20/20, but she was just sitting right there waiting for that pass to be thrown, and that's what she did. And again, you can't just
lob it,
draw back, and just throw it.
Mm-hmm.
Because you got to read the defense and everything, and again, that's something they have to learn as they go and they learn this game and learn the defense and offense.
So they're going for the 1-point conversion. Got a wide open receiver. No coverage, and it's good. And so with that being said, with 11:52 remaining in the first half, Wilson Central is now up 20-0 over the Lady Panthers after the pick 6. Wow.
And so right there, I don't know if we wasn't in the right coverage or we was in, again, on extra point. There's no need to sit there and be cover 3 and be 7 yards off the ball if they're only 3 yards off the ball.
Mm-hmm.
That's where you got to come and play press, maybe press man, bump and run type of thing.
Snap, and trying to get the edge there, Coach. And what speed Wilson Central Lady Wildcats just coming up and making a play. It looks like number 20. Is that right?
So, yeah, 20 is the one that made the play. That's whoever on the roster there because we have no numbers for them. But we'll make up a name. Julie did a great job. But no, they've got more speed than what Beech has, definitely.
Yes, sir.
We just got to get outside. I think once we get outside, we'll be okay.
Snap. Quarterback with the keep, trying to get the edge, and got out near the 20. We're going to call it the 17-yard line. All they have to do is get to the 20. They're going to call it the 19. So we're going to go 3rd down and 1 here, Coach.
So right here,
for a possible first down.
I would look for an option play. I would look for a bubble with that slot receiver. Wilson Central is not worried about our deep passes. I would sit there and start trying to find something in the mid-range to deep pass zone, make them drop back a little bit more and honor that.
Tight formation, quarterback, snap, looking, lobs it up, and knocked down. I'm telling you, Wilson Central has a little bit of a height advantage against us right
They're
now,
tall.
Coach.
14 out there, she's definitely tall, the one with the headband and everything. But you've got to, I would look at, see how their corners are playing. Maybe you could hit a quick slant or maybe sit there and run a go and run out underneath that and maybe get something like that.
So 4th down and 1 at the 19, down 20-0. We're going for it. Motion this way. Quarterback keeps it. And don't believe we got it, Coach. It's going to be close.
I think they got Reese right there in the backfield. She faked the jet and took the quarterback keeper right there up the middle. And again, Wilson Central, something that Beech was not doing. Wilson
Did they
Central
give it to us? We
Hey.
got it. Are you kidding me?
We'll take it.
We'll take it right now. Wow. First down for the Lady Panthers. 9:44 remaining here in the first half, trailing the Wilson Central Lady Wildcats 20-0. Big fourth down play there. Snap, first down, ball up in the air, and the wind definitely got that. And I tell you what, we just escaped another possible interception there. Great play by the playmaker out here on the edge.
Yeah, that's Orozco right there for us. And then that right there, last week, she would have sat there and watched Wilson Central athletes sit there and make that interception and go. This week, she comes back. Height advantage to Wilson Central. She, you know, we're talking about number 14 having height.
Yep.
Orozco came back, swatted her arm down, and made sure that she didn't catch that ball.
Second down. Snap, inside handoff. Got a little space, and still got some running room. Out near the 35. We're going to call it the 34-yard line. We're going to call it 3rd down and 6, Coach. Good run there.
Yeah, again, she looked down to see if she still had the flag because she, you know, everybody's cheering and everything. That's where you don't feel it coming off you. And that's where she kind of slowed down. You just need to learn to just run until you hear the whistle. And then once you hear the whistle, stop.
So it's 3rd down and 5 at the 35. 8:30 remaining here in the first half. Snap. Quarterback looking. Got someone. That's just wide open down the middle of the field. That's our center, isn't it?
Yeah, that's Hester, our center. So they've ran that a couple times already. She was open that time right there. What she needs to do is kind of continue to run. I wish the pass was such a rainbow, a lob, because she's watching, she's looking up, and not saying that she can't look up and run at the same time, but it's hard.
And thrown into the wind. 4th down play here for the Lady Panthers. Double reverse, trying to make something out of nothing, and they're going to be short. It should be a turnover of downs for the Lady Wildcats around the 43-yard line.
Yeah, again, that's where you wish, in my opinion, what I've seen last week, you wish you had Woods, Isabel Woods here with the speed that she has. You kind of wish that you had her here. I saw our dad, Principal Woods, Dr. Woods was here earlier. But like you said, you got so many athletes playing different sports. Eva Bradley, she's playing softball. They had a game tonight, you know. Yeah. So again, when do you sit there and play flag football to where it doesn't, interfere with other girl sports?
Motion, handoff, going to the far side. Great defense by the Lady Panthers. Flag comes out or comes off the. It's hard. It's hard when you're talking flag football to, is it a flag from a ref or a flag from the player? The great defensive play by the Lady Panthers.
Yeah, great job by Robinson, number 4, right there to come up. Again, she's playing that outside linebacker spot, and she's done a great job all night long right there.
First, we're going to call it 2nd and 17. 6:45 remaining here in the first half, trailing 20-0 your Lady Panthers. On defense, Wildcats with the ball. Back out in the flat, falls a little short, incomplete. Big 3rd down play here, Coach.
Yeah. I think, we're giving some other people some opportunity right there. I would like to have seen Clifton in right there coming off the edge. I think she could have got a little bit quicker pressure, a little bit more pressure than what we had there. But, again, we put pressure on the quarterback. She rolled out, and we had a defender there on the receiver, so.
Our defense is always about 8 yards off the football, but we're bringing somebody. Pressure, throwing down the middle of the field, complete. And it's close to a 1st down. They're going to mark it at the 19-yard line, Coach. It's going to be 1st down, 1st and goal for the Lady Wildcats. What a great play. These new gloves, you're talking about drop passes and all that. With these new gloves that they got, man, it's like stick 'em back in the 70s.
I'm telling you. I mean,
Lester Hayes don't have nothing on these new gloves right here, Coach.
Lester Hayes.
Son, he'd take a bath in that stuff on the sideline, wouldn't he, Coach?
Yeah, there's a picture. There's a famous picture with him, down in his stance, and he's got it dripping off his hands. It looks like he's got Vaseline. Is what it looked like. But I mean, that was some great stuff back then.
Had a 5-gallon bucket over there on the sidelines, taking a bath in it. 1st down for the Wildcats at the 19. Quarterback looking, got pressure, throws it over the middle of the field, and the receiver just come down and took it away from the defense of the Lady Panthers.
Yeah, we got Tanisha Jackson in there, and she did a good job covering the middle right there. And again, you got some people in here you got Kinley Pence is in there, number 8. She's the one that was coming off the edge along with Garrett and trying to be able to now it's going to be Pence and Clifton in there as your defensive ends.
So it looks like it's going to be 2nd down and 10. Snap. Quarterback rolls to the right, looking down the field, has the receiver, and a touchdown.
Yeah.
Wow. 4:35 remaining. Wilson Central strikes again.
So again, we're running that cover 3. We're dropping into the end zone, and all they're doing is, as they drop, they're running about a 5 to 7 yard hook, and they're hooking right there in front of us. And so by the time the quarterback reads that, throws it, we have to stop, come back up. Again, when you're toward the end zone right here, I would make sure I'd play a little tighter coverage right there.
So waiting on the extra point from the 3 yard line. Wilson Central, 26, looking for 27 right here. Motion, snap, play action. Quarterback rolls and throws it to the playmaker in the end zone for the PAT. And your score now at 4:35 remaining in the first half, 27-0. Wildcats over the Panthers. You're listening to the Portland Sports Network. We'll be back right after this. Panthers with the football after the scoring drive of the Wildcats of Wilson Central. Handoff. And, man, the flag was yanked quickly. It was 1st down and 7 at the 14. And now with the loss of play, we're going to call it 2nd down and nearly 10.
Yeah, with the type of defense that the Wilson Central is running right there, they're bringing pressure off the edge, and what they're doing is the defensive ends, per se, is making sure they're getting that cross.
Quarterback keeper trying to get the edge and gets down past the 20, so it should be close to a 1st down.
Should be a 1st down.
Yes.
Yep. And the thing is number 14, she's so tall. She has got length, and so she's got to reach. And if we can get past her, we get around her, and everything, we can get another 5 to 10 yards right there. And that's what Reese did that time. She got past number 14 off the edge. And so, what do? Do you run away from number 14 or you run at her? And when you do run at her, you got to make sure you block.
1st and 17. Play action. Quarterback keeps it.
Just right there.
Wow. And she's right there. Man, she is just an athlete,
so
man.
She came off the edge and was able to reach in. So we've got to figure out at halftime, or the next time the office can get together, Coach West has to figure out if you got Clifton over there as your tight end / person over there, she's got to make sure she turns, and that makes her number 14 go around even wider than what you're doing, and that way she can't come in and make that play.
So 2nd down and 18 at the 22. Quarterback drops, looks, and man, I'm telling you, that girl may be the best athlete on the field right now. Nearly had another interception there, Coach.
Yeah, they try to go a little hot pass to the center with Hester right there, and 14 was right there. And again, Hester did a great job knocking the ball out of her hands. But yeah, she had another chance for. You've got to either go away from her, or I would run crack. I'd crack block her. Now she's going to drop and play safety here.
Wow. I think she lined up first out here on the corner, and then she moved in to the interior line, and now she's, like you said, moved back here to safety. Big 3rd down play for the Lady Panthers. Pass up, great pass, but intercepted. Wildcats got plenty of running room on the far side and goes out of bounds near the 20-yard line. So another turnover could be costly at the 2-minute mark here in first half action.
Yeah, again, that's where Reese is just kind of She knows she's gonna have a post pattern right there. She's just throwing to a spot instead of reading what she's reading. And as soon as she let go of the ball, I looked and I was like, "Who's she throwing to?" The only one there is the person in gold.
Yeah.
And our receivers started coming into play there and into sight. But still, you got to be able to read that receiver, either throw her open or throw to her so that it's either behind her or right at her. And now you can take that post and break it into more of a skinny post up the seam instead of, into the middle of the field for that safety can catch that ball.
So Wilson Central defeated the Lady Buccaneers of Beech 13-7 in the first game, and they sit for at least an hour and 15 minutes, Coach. And now they come out here in this second game against the Panthers, and they have just been on all cylinders, offensively and defensively. A great pass down the field by the Wildcats, complete. Clock is running 1:48, already leading 27-0, and on the move here after the turnover.
Yeah, again, you got to sit there and you got to start watching the curls. We can't sit there. You got end zone 7 yards behind you.
Yeah.
8 yards behind you.
They're at the 10.
Okay, 10 yards behind you.
I'm trying to find, looking at the stripes on the field. You're right, Coach. Motion this way. Handoff, trying to get the edge. Does she get it? Man, finally, flags were taken off around the 7-8 yard line. What looked like a touchdown was prevented by the Panther defense. 107 and counting. 27-0 is your score, the Lady Wildcats. And you wonder sometimes, Coach, when a team is sit for well over an hour and a half, how will they come out and perform? And I'm going to tell you, this Wildcat team has done well.
Well, while they set,
Snap.
it's kind of watching. Yeah, go ahead.
The pass is incomplete. Go ahead, Coach.
I was going to say, as coaches, they scouted. It's like watching film. All you did, you sat there in the end zone, and you watch what Portland's going to do offensive and defensively, and then you figured out what you're going to do.
Yeah.
What did you have offensively to go against what we was doing defensively, and then vice versa. And so you got to watch an hour and a half. That game actually took an hour and a half with Beech.
Yeah.
And so you actually got to scout. Now the girls was able to relax a little bit.
3rd down and 7. Clock at 22 seconds. Quarterback looking down the middle of the field. Pass is complete. Is it a touchdown?
Yeah.
Touchdown.
I believe so.
The clock's still running. Did they? I didn't even see the.
She caught it. Was in the end zone.
Or did? Is this the extra point? The quarter ends, but they got to complete the extra point. It was a touchdown. Gee, I didn't even see the arms go up. Snap. Quarterback throws it out here in the flat. It is incomplete. The PAT is no good, but nevertheless, it's 33-0 at halftime. Wilson Central. We'll take a break. We'll come back. Get ready for third quarter action right after this. You listen to Panther Football on the Portland Sport Network.
Tennessee Commission for the United States Semi-Quincentennial was created to plan, encourage, develop, and coordinate the commemoration of the 250th anniversary of the founding of the United States, and recognize Tennessee's integral role in that event and the impact of its people on the nation's past, present, and future. The Commission promotes an inclusive statewide celebration and educational commemoration of America's 250th by interpreting and preserving Tennessee's unique stories, objects, landmarks, and places across our diverse state that defined who we are as Tennesseans and Americans.
From phones and laptops to toys and tools, many of our favorite things run on batteries. But when tossed in the trash or recycling bin, these batteries can spark intense fires that are nearly impossible to stop. Battery fires are happening more often. They've destroyed homes, burned down garbage trucks and recycling centers, and, tragically, taken lives. When a facility goes up in flames, trash and recycling services can be shut down for weeks or even months. The good news, battery fires are easy to prevent. Just remember, never throw batteries in the trash or recycling bin. Always tape the ends and drop them off at a safe collection site or mail them in using a certified return box.
For decades, I've taught you everything I know. How to safely build a fire. How to control the flames. What to do with hot coals. How to secure your chains. But I can only teach wildfire prevention. Only you can prevent wildfires.
Join us Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. for Off the Rails, brought to you by Portland Sports Network's YouTube channel. Hosted by Coach Miguel Almendares, Kyle Eden, and Coach John Thayer. We talk about local high school sports, as well as other local and college sports, and any other subject that might come up. Tune in and join in on the conversation. Off the Rails.
3, 2.
We're back getting ready for second half action. The Wilson Central, Lady Wildcats. On top of our Lady Panthers here at Memorial Field, Edgar Johnson Stadium, 33-0, complete dominance in the first half from offense to defense. And Coach Miguel, we made mention, and you brought out a key point. They sit as we played the Buccaneers, and they scouted, and they have done a great job from that perspective, offensively and defensively. 2 turnovers, points off the turnovers, and offensively they're clicking on all cylinders as well.
Yeah, I think the 2 coaches had a meeting with the referees right here. So you're either going to go with
8-minute quarters.
There you go. So we just shortened the quarters from 12 to 8. And then also I think the way Coach Emmett is getting his girls down here, getting them lined up, we're probably going to go JV the second half and everything. And that's what kind of what you do here, you know. Both coaches agree, and that's what you do.
And speaking of coaches, you got a special coach coming in for the sports show Saturday.
We did not have a show last Saturday due to outside work for me and Kyle Eden and everything, and Coach Thayer had baseball. Saturday, I want to say tomorrow, because it's football on Friday night. You know, I'm thinking it's Friday night, it's Thursday night. But anyway, Saturday morning on the Off the Rail Sports Saturday, we have the new head coach of the football, Panther football, Coach Brian Dupree will be on our show. He'll be on at 9 o'clock. And you go, well, he'll be on 9 to 11. Hopefully we can get it in 2 hours, you know, and because I know once we start talking football and everything, he's excited to get on. I'm excited to hear about the lift-a-thon. That happened tonight.
Yes.
You know, he should have numbers on how it all went and how much money has been raised so far, and I'm sure they'll take money afterwards, even after tonight, but he'll be on Saturday. And then come next Monday, you get to do this again with me. We're going to go out there to the
campus on Portland.
The Portland Sports Campus there, and we're going to be down in the corner behind center field, and we'll do the softball game, and hopefully it will be a whole lot better condition than what me and Coach Thayer had to deal with the other night. Man, it got cold, and it got cold quick, and it was hard to do.
And speaking of softball, Coach, a tough loss tonight against White House, lost late in the game, and you know, that builds confidence. A team that's kind of been up and down a little bit this year, but
you know, talking about the softball and everything, I really did like how we used our bats. You know, offensively, we was really hitting the ball good, and it was just our pitching. You know, it's what we struggled in, and some of the basic plays out in the field. You know, we kind of struggled in, but.
First offensive series for the Wildcats. We got an interception on the defensive side, and the flag was pulled at the 19-yard line. Great defense starting out early here in the third quarter. Go ahead, Coach.
That's number 4, Kate Robinson, with the interception right there. I can tell you right now, looks like number 1 is coming in, Emma Moore. Looks like, let's see if we can get some of these ladies in here. Number 7 is coming in. Maya Petty's going to be playing some offense.
They need to get lined up with the ball. They surpassed the ball in the huddle. You can tell it's JV. They're a little excited, Coach. Come on. 33-0 is your score. Clock at 7 minutes. 8-minute quarter here on the third quarter. Motion near the far side. Hands off. Trying to get the edge. You got it a little bit there. Oh, I like her spin to gain down past the 15-yard line, Coach.
So you still got Hester as your center. You still got Reese as your quarterback. You got Lambert in there playing some offense now. She's the one that took the handoff right there on the jet. You've got number 1, Emma Moore, out there playing offense. You've got number 7, Maya Petty, out there playing offense. Looks like 13 Coles out there.
Snap. Looking down the field. Retrieved and touchdown. Great job by the Lady Panthers. Man,
Bethany Pike is the one that caught that right there and was able to turn around, and I think the belt actually came undone, but got hung in the in her shirt and shorts right there, but you know, it stayed around her waist, so touchdown here.
So we come out with a defensive stop and a first offensive series. Great job by the Lady Panthers. So they're going for the 1-point conversion, ball at the 3-yard line. Receivers right and left. Empty backfield. Motion going to the far side. Play action. Quarterback keeps. And no good. Stop near the 1 yard line. So with that being said, Panthers on the board. So the score now 33-6. We'll just keep it right here. JV getting some playing time, Coach. Always good to get those players in to get them some rhythm.
Well, the thing is some of these players were playing on defense. So you got starters on defense that are now sitting over there, and looks like Emily Hester's over here.
Wow,
having a little issue. I don't know if she's coughing or
yeah,
she's
throwing up one.
Yeah,
either one.
yeah.
You know who the toughest player out here tonight is, Coach? My wife. My wife has showed up for a flag football game and sit through 2 of them. Can't believe it. Anyway, reception is made and out past the 20-yard line. Are they going to give her the first down? Yes, they are. At the 4:59 mark, Wilson Central, Lady Wildcats, second offensive series.
You got Allison Lambert in there, 21, playing corner. You got Tanisha Jackson playing outside linebacker. You've got Pence, who played a little bit in the first half. She's out there playing defensive end. You still got number 4 out there, Kate Robinson out there. You still got Maya Petty playing free safety. Oh, I'm sorry, that's Reese playing free safety now. And I've got to see who's out there playing the far corner.
Waiting on the snap. Bunch formation, a little different set. Quarterback tries to get the edge, and she does not. Matter of fact, probably lost a yard. Looks like they pulled the flag around the 21-yard line at best. Maybe a gain of 1.
You got number 6, Kaylee Cornett, playing the other defensive end out there. And that looks like Birdwell, Amelia Birdwell, number 88, playing that far corner over there. So,
great job, Coach. Appreciate you taking care of the player situation out there. Substitutions being made. Opportunities for these young ladies. 3:53 remaining. 33-6 is your score. Looking for the play. Pass in the middle of the field. Does she get the flag? Yes, she does. Great job. Is that number 4?
Yeah, that's Robinson.
Great job, Coach.
She did a great job there, and she's done it all night long. She played in the first game against Beech, and she, like I said, she's playing an outside linebacker, and she's sitting right there in that flat. And instead of going after the ball and chasing everything around and being fooled, she's staying right there, waiting, letting everything come to her.
Yes.
And then again, the same thing with Garrett. You know, she's keeping her feet's nice and wide, keeping a good base right there, not getting juked, not getting narrow spacing with her feet. And so she's done a great job all night long.
So it's 3rd down and 15 for the Lady Wildcats. Snap. Trying to do a reverse inside. Got a little running room, and the flag is pulled. Is it enough for a first down?
Yeah. So
no, they had to get to the 40, correct?
Oh, okay, yeah, you're right. I thought they got that one line really white.
Yes.
So you would think that's the.
So it's 4th down, and we're going to call it 6, Coach, at the 2:41 march remaining here in the 3rd quarter. 33-6 is your score. Lady Wildcats of Wilson Central on top of the Lady Panthers. Snap. Quarterback looking. There's a whistle. Dead ball. Offsides on the Lady Panthers. No, on the offense.
It's
Wildcat.
like the slot receiver over there was leaning off sides. I was going to sit there on that last play. Kaylee Coordinate was going off the left side defensive end. They ran that jet or ran that reverse back. That's where you got to teach them. You know, we got a better job. Garrett and Clifton did a better job earlier in the first game. When you see that ball coming back to you, you got to reverse your step and you got to wait for them. You can't just go chasing, who you was chasing beforehand.
Well, it looks like the Wildcats are in what we would call punt formation. Yep. Unique return set up by the Lady Panthers, to say the least. Kick is away, end over end, retrieved off the head, and hits the ground. Wow. So this looks like it's going to be spotted at the 28-yard line. 1:32 remaining. Wow.
Yeah, that bounced off of Ayla Reese's head right there. It hit the ground. It was a dead ball.
Yeah.
So they got the what's that formation that the Mighty Ducks had? What is that?
I don't know.
Come on,
You have to help me out on that one, Coach.
Look it up.
It's going to be 1st and 10 since the ball is placed at the 30-yard line for the Panthers. 1 minute remaining here in the 3rd quarter, trailing 33-6. Snap. Play action, quarterback getting a little running room, and the flag was pulled at the 32. They're calling it the 33.
It's the flying V.
The flying V.
That's what looks like they're lined up in the flying V.
If you want to know what we're talking about, just watch a big line of, what do you call it?
Geese.
Geese. The flying V. There you go. Waiting on the snap. Quarterback looking downfield. Slung out here in the flat. Good job. But the defender came up and just kind of hugged our player. Are you allowed to do that? I guess you can. They pulled her flag. It's going to be 3rd down and short. We're going to call it 3. Clock is under 16 seconds now. Can we get the playoff before the end of the 3rd quarter?
We could if we wanted to.
Lining up rather slowly. Can we get the snap? Movement? Yep. Yes. And we get the handoff, and she's still running, and she gets 1st down yardage as we start 4th quarter action. You're listening to Panther football right here on the Portland Sports Network. We get ready to start 4th quarter action. Panthers trailing 33-6, but on the drive here after a 1st down run with the football at the 30. Motion, play action. Quarterback looking downfield. We got a receiver, and it was overthrown. The clock continues to run here in the 4th quarter. Robert Gilman, the coach Miguel Amender is calling the action for you. First home game for the Lady Panthers flag football team this year. Heartbreaking loss 6-0 to the Lady Buccaneers in the first game, and the Wildcats have come out here on all cylinders, leading 33-6. Panthers with the football. Motion, quarterback with the keeper, and flag is finally pulled at the 25-yard line. So, Coach, we're going to have it 3rd down and 5 here at the 7-minute mark remaining in this contest.
Yeah, again, you've got to sit there and you can either work on your run game here, or you can sit there and say, hey, we need 5 yards. Let's see what we got on the passing. Again, with that cover 2 right there, maybe you run a
snap. Pressure by the Wildcats. Pass.
Yes.
It's complete and going in for the score. Are you kidding me? At 25 yards out, the Panthers strike.
Great job right there. You had a post right on the far side over there. I was getting ready to say that's what you might need to run over here as a post on this side over here. You're trying to get that corner to go, and then you're trying to get that outside linebacker to bite on something else.
And they brought pressure that time, Coach.
They did. It was a great job right there. That's how you go get the ball right there. You know, if they watch film, that's where I would sit there and tell the girls tomorrow, if you watch film, is, hey, this is how you go get the ball.
Yeah. So they're going for the 1-point conversion at the 3-yard line. Snap, quarterback, they got pressure. Bringing in, same play, complete. The PAT is good, and now the score is 13 in favor of Wilson Central. Wow, good series there, Coach.
Yeah, great job right there. Great job of Reese. The pressure came from her left. That's where she went. That's where she was looking at. That's where you have to go when you got pressure coming like that off the one side. That's where you got to look to see where you're at. We had 2 girls. You had Hester had turned around in the curl with the 1 yard inside the end zone right there, but it was I believe it was Pike who ran about a 5-6 yard curl right there just beyond her, and that's who Reese was throwing it to. Great read. Don't know if she read it or it was just I'm going to Pike. That's where I'm going to.
And she got behind the defender, Coach.
Yes. Yeah.
So the defense comes out ready to make another defensive play for the Panthers. Motion this way. Got a little confusion in the backfield there, Coach. It's supposed to have been A reverse coming this way. It looks like it's a loss of yardage, to say the least. So coming upon the 5-minute mark, Panthers 2 consecutive scores. 33-13 is your score. Fourth quarter action.
Oh, I'm sorry, Wilson Central. You're about 5 yards off sides.
Snap. Quarterback looking downfield. Got a receiver right here in the middle of the field. Breaks one tackle, 2 tackles, and finally the flag is pulled, but it's enough for a first down, Coach, past the 20.
You sit there, and I'm watching as they try to do this, trying to grab the flag. You're just trying to grab the flag and nothing else. You're trying not to be rough. But there's times you have to actually maybe go up, body check the person, put an arm around them to kind of hold them still, and then grab the flag per se. Don't take them down or anything, but it's almost you might have to do that. And that's why you see on TV on ESPN when you see 7-on-7 or you see flag football, they wear those special headbands to cover their ears.
Yes, I see. Snap, quarterback once again throwing in the middle of the field, and we got the flag near the 23-yard line.
So let's see, 2, 5, 6, 7. So what you got with our defense, you got a cover 3. So you got corners and the safeties dropping deep. You got 2 defensive ends coming on the rush, and you got 2 outside linebackers dropping into the flats. What does that leave open?
The middle.
Yep. So what they're doing is they're running a slot receiver across the middle where there's nobody. That's where their touchdowns, the 2-3 touchdowns they've had. And then that play right there.
Snap, quarterback under pressure. Open. Same play. That time I think the receiver looked to turn before she had possession of the ball there, Coach. But nevertheless, incomplete. 3rd down and 15 now is your call. 3:30 remaining. Want to remind our listeners about the program on Saturday. Head coach, the Panthers, new head coach will be there from 9 to 11. Also, softball game Monday night. You'll hear it right here on the Portland Sports Network. Snap, quarterback. Pressured, looking downfield. Same play, Coach. And the flags are finally pulled near, we're going to call it the 30.
We've done a great job rallying to the ball when they do catch it right there. They catch it with about 5 yards from the line of scrimmage, and then they start running laterally. And we've done a great job coming up and making the play, and they haven't really gained anything after that. But it's a nice, easy pitch and catch when you have that open right there.
That's right. I mean, that's 3 consecutive plays. 4th down and about 12, they're going to bring the punting unit in. I guess you can say that. They're going to punt the ball. And that, what do you call that, Coach, that formation of our return?
We're in the flying V.
The flying V.
We are. That's what it is.
It is, yeah. Yeah, I like it. Man. Kick is away into the wind, end over end, retrieved, and dropped.
Love it.
At the 35-yard line.
I would almost just knock it down. Play volleyball with it. Just knock it down. We're good right here.
Yeah.
You ain't got to worry about it being called a fumble or anything.
Going to be 1st and 5, Coach. Short field to work with anyway. 2:11 and counting. 33-13 is your score. Wilson Central Wildcats over our Lady Panthers. Here from Memorial Field, Edgar Johnson Stadium. First home game of the flag football season for your Lady Panthers. Motion. Quarterback keeper. Flags are finally pulled past the 40 down near the 43, 44-yard line. They brought the big playmaker in.
Yeah, that's what I was laughing at. I was like, well, we scored 2 touchdowns. We're first-team defense getting back in there. They got some of their.
And she's playing the middle of the field now, Coach.
Yeah, she's gonna play the other defensive end. She's been playing the left. Now she's gonna play the right.
She's played about 4 positions from the defensive perspective, Coach. Empty backfield. Snap. She's rushing the quarterback. Path. We got a receiver. Retrieved. Are you kidding me? And tackled and brought down, and a flag. Hey, unnecessary roughness by the defense.
That's going to be 15.
Is it 15 or 5?
Unnecessary roughness would be 15, I think. Everything is 5 yards on sportsmanlike.
No, it's holding.
Okay.
Against the defense. Nevertheless, we'll take it.
That's probably what I was just telling you to do. Hey, go body check her, put your arm around her, hold her until you grab the flag, and that's what's going to happen. See, that's why you don't listen to me.
I love it. 50 seconds left. Panthers with the drive and the football, and they're where are they spotting the ball at? It's at the 10-yard line. Can we get another score before the clock runs out? 3 consecutive possessions, 3 scores. Here we go. Clock at 34. We do have 2 timeouts. Empty backfield. Snap. Looking in the middle of the field. Can we make a play? Ball falls incomplete. Huddle up quickly. 21 seconds. They're running to the line. 18 seconds. It's easy. I remember this when we played football in the backyard, Coach. Bomb on one. Let's go. It's simple.
We called he said to stop the clock. We might have just called the timeout just to stop the clock.
9.5 seconds. We're going to get one more play in anyway. Snap. Pressure. Ball in the middle of the field. Intercepted. And she's got one person to beat. And she does not. And that should be the ball game. 0.4 seconds.
Yeah, they're saying run the clock.
Run the clock, and that is the ball game. So your final score, 33-13 in favor of the Wilson Central Lady Wildcats over your Lady Panthers. We'll take a break. Come back, finish up our network right here on the Portland Sports Network. Night of flag football from Memorial Field, Edgar Johnson Stadium. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back to the post-game wrap-up show. Lady Panthers tonight, 2 ball games, lost a heartbreaker to the Buccaneers 6-0 in game number 1, 33-13 to the Lady Wildcats of Wilson Central. Dominated by Wilson Central, had 2 good drives here with the JV, scored 2 touchdowns, opportunity here to close it out, an interception. Coach, overall, you got to tip your hat. Back-to-back games is tough, number 1. To play 2 good programs like Beech and Wilson Central, number 2, and to come out tonight and play pretty good football. Wilson Central, this game right here, just dominated from start to finish.
Hey, they did. I mean, so you're going to sit there and go, what can we take away from it?
Mm-hmm.
I can sit there and tell you from last week, watching them play against Gallatin versus them watching them play against Beech, 2 totally different teams. I really do like what I saw tonight. Big improvement, big improvement right there. Could we have done something a little bit different with the Wilson Central and everything? I think we could have. I think we had some bad mistakes here and there that led to a lot of scores happening. We had to figure out what they're going to do offensively. They got to sit and watch us for an hour and a half and scout us and figure out what they're going to do against us, offense and defensively. So, I'm really happy to see the improvement that the girls have made since last week to this week right here. Their footwork got better. Knowing the spacing on the field got better. To me tonight, my players of the game defensively would be Sadie Clifton and Janae Garrett. Defensively, that's your 2 defensive ends that really put pressure on Beech. I think we could have done a great job tonight also. We could have understood what they were doing with number 14 against Wilson Central.
Yeah.
Offensively, I really liked how Reeser came in at the second half against Beech and played, and then the rest of this game also with this game, how she played. And, there's some other ones that you could sit there and call out, but I really just overall in general, I really was really impressed with how they improved in 1 week's time. And I think next week they got 2 or 3 away games, and their next home game will do their next home game. And I'm fired up to see kind of where we're at there. That's going to be good. 2 weeks from now.
Yes, sir. Want to remind our listeners, Off the Rails, 9 o'clock Saturday morning. We'll be back on for live action Monday. Softball game there on the campus of Portland High School. Looking forward to calling that with Coach Miguel. And
baseball will be Wednesday with Coach Thayer and Kyle Eden. And then I think Thursday
we'll be back again.
We're going to do track and field. We're going to cancel the softball game. We're going to try to do the track and field. So we're going to go out there and see if we can't bring in some track and field. We're trying to get everything. And that day, that game, or that meet came up and said, hey, can we do this? And we're like, yeah, let's try to make it happen. We're trying to catch everybody if we can.
I love it. I love the mindset of this program, of these guys who are trying to cover middle school, high school, and not just 1 or 2 sports, but everything that they can fit in.
We're going to be out there at Richland Park, going to do a couple of youth games out there because Portland Sports Network is sponsoring the 12 and under Longhorns.
Oh, wow.
We got their schedule. We're going to try to figure out where we can get out there and do a broadcast there. Definitely their game and maybe a game or 2 before and after that, just so grandparents and uncles and aunts can sit there and listen to their 12 and under, relatives sit there and play some ball.
I love it, Coach. I love it. Final score, 33-13, Lady Wildcats over your Lady Panthers. Again, thank you for tuning in. Until next time, Panther Nation, have a great night and a happy Resurrection Easter weekend. God bless.